Step up in this game like I'm hammering nails. Burst a flat plane, listen up, I'll tell you tales. Home Depot vibes on my tools, no fails. Level up my vision while the world just derails. Jeran said it first, now I'm tracing the truth. First wanna know, is he shilling or aloof? Now I'm flexing with the facts while they playing the fool. Flat earth, no curve, I'm breaking all the rules. Earth is like Home Depot, got my crew on deck. Home Depot, we ballin'. All this knowledge better show respect. Home Depot, flat earth, they saying no way, but we out here grind. Home Depot, motivated, determined, leave the lies behind. Rolling deep through Antarctica, you know what's up. Snowflakes in the air, yeah, we sipping from the cup. Well, Duffy said, trust me, I came out of the blue. Started from the hustle, now I'm building my crew. Wait, I'm stacking up truth like I'm lumber from the store. Got the blueprint, baby, I'm ready for war. See the horizon straight, no dip in my sight. Thug life on the flat, bringing knowledge to the fight. Earth is like Home Depot, got my crew on deck. Home Depot, we ballin'. All this knowledge better show respect. Home Depot, flat earth, they saying no way, but we out here grind. Home Depot, motivated, determined, leave the lies behind. So I'm here to break walls, I'm kicking down doors, hash street life, I'm hustling, what's mine is ours. A whole new vision, we gon' stack and we gon' rise. With my crew by my side, we defy all the lies. Earth is like Home Depot, got my crew on deck. Home Depot, we ballin'. All this knowledge better show respect. Home Depot, flat earth, they saying no way, but we out here grind. Home Depot, motivated, determined, leave the lies behind. So remember this hustle, keep your eyes on the prize. Earth is flat like a board, like the ones on a 5. We'll build this place together, ain't no mountain too high. Home Depot mindset, we gon' reach for the sky, yeah. So remember this hustle, keep your eyes on the prize. Earth is flat like a board, like the ones on our 5. We'll build this place together, ain't no mountain too high. Home Depot mindset, we gon' reach for the sky, yeah.
And we're off. As usual, if you'd like to support this channel, there are PayPal and Patreon links in the info box below. Let's throw it on over to Discord to see if there's any VCs in the VCs.
Oh, there's some of us.
Not the usual VC, but you got VC, FC, and your NC.
Evening.
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 Oh, you're coming through loud and clear, too. Damn. That's a new day.
Oh, it's a hot day.
We're taking the heat off today. We've got the rain day.
We've had a really hot day. I've had a lovely day in the garden. It's been a beautiful day.
He's 73 right now. I haven't seen 73. We haven't seen 73 at night for 10 days. It's 73 right now. A little humid out there, though. Yeah. It's that time of year, though. It's just that time.
Is it 73 and sticky?
Yeah. It's partly sunny, 73 degrees, with the winds coming out of the left. Oh, boy. You got to prepare yourself. See, you can't be relaxed. See, I'm really relaxed. Did a little working out, some minutes ago, and I'm pretty calm, pretty relaxed. See, when this video pops up and you got to be on your game. It's like a switch. Because I don't really want to turn this thing on, to be perfectly honest with you. I just want to, just hang out.
Well, it's almost over.
That just depends on how you define almost. Take a look. 44, 54, 60, 30 minutes left of this.
They could take another 3 shows.
It's 30 more minutes, man. I think. Did I do that right? It's close. Let's just relax. How about that?
QE.
What?
If you want to have a laugh, you should hear Jeranism's new intro to his show. Oh my God. What a joker.
I don't want to laugh. I just want to hang. No laughing. No criticizing. Just hang.
I'm not saying today.
All right. Whatever. So what can we do to just hang?
Let me get my open-toed sandals.
I didn't say hang like that. Just hang out. Just chill.
What I say still stands.
I think Betty has open-toed sandals. I seen him one time. Like, oh God.
Well, I don't know what are you even talking about?
Yeah, she went on vacation one time and she had some pictures. She brought it back and we were going over them. And I said, "You got an open-toed sandal." She said, "Yeah." I go, "What about really bad breath?"
The only thing I know is she's very tall.
But shout out to Betty. We miss you.
Yeah, shout out to Betty. She's doing fine. I talked to her yesterday. Shout out to Sleeping Warrior out there. Evening all. Evening. Laying in wait out there. He's trying to catch some crosstalk or something. He's trying to catch that stuff. I haven't talked to Sleeping Warrior. I haven't talked to you in a coon's age, man.
He's not ever coming back to Nathan Oakley's show.
This isn't Nathan. This isn't Nathan Oakley's show.
Well, that's what I'm saying. This isn't Nathan's show. He could come in here.
I don't think he likes
If I
rights.
could-
No, go ahead, Adam.
If I could just use this opportunity to do a little diary task that I had lined. Tony, I missed your call yesterday. So yeah, give me a shout.
He doesn't even call me
Or
anymore.
just join tonight.
He doesn't even call me anymore. Usually I get every couple months, Tony'd call. I'd get a Skype call. Nope. Not 6, 7, 8 months gone by. I miss you big lug.
That was a proper old-fashioned telephone call.
Yeah, that would be cool. You know what, too? I need to get a secondary communication line open because remember the other day we were getting ready to do the book and my internet went down? See, I couldn't tell anybody that. Follow? Maybe
We
I
need to exchange information.
maybe Flatsy. Maybe I could text. You got a phone, Flatsy?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I can get your number and I'll so there's a text line
Oh
open.
my God. That's the corniest way I've ever heard of getting it.
She's married, for God's sake.
Use your mind, Adam. She's married. So is
Jesus.
QE.
Just the text line open, so whenever the internet goes down, my phone's still good. I can still text, but not you guys, right? Over there in Neverland across the pond.
Is one of us. Where's Oakley? Is Nathan not?
I don't know. I don't think he knows there's a Ballbusters today. I think he's just assuming that we've ran Ballbusters for a few weeks now. He probably thinks he could just get away with the excuse, well, I didn't think there was a show today. But he'll be good.
Next week and the week after.
Hey.
Now I sent him a message.
Hey, Anthony said to send him a link. The link for the show is in the description of this video. In fact, I just updated it. So, there you go. Well, we'll wait for Anthony.
He says he does call you QE, but you ignore him.
That's bull crap. No phone. Unless Teams is not dinging. Hold on a second. Let me pull. I can't. Can I do that? Yeah, let me pull Teams up. Is he even on there? 1 second. I hate this Teams. I really do. Has no personality. It doesn't.
OMG.
It doesn't have anything. It's Nathan Oakley.
Yeah, Anthony's in there.
Yeah, I got Tony Riley. No, and it has a check mark. But I got you. You haven't called me. Let me go see Tony. No, you just sent last message you sent me was the picture of the car. There's no calls here. You know, when you call somebody, it usually tells you, you know, you missed a call or that. There's nothing like that here. You fork-tongued double speaker. All right, now we're back. Just waiting on Anthony. It's going to be painful. There's going to be some uncomfortable silences because we're just hanging for right now. Got to prep to get into this. It's going to get really stupid really fast, so I'm trying to put this stupid off for a while.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
Wait a second. Have you listened to it before us, QE?
No. No.
Okay.
I think it's a safe bet, Neil. After, let's see, how much have we gone through? An hour and 44 minutes. I can sort of forecast, you know, how it's going to go.
So you're saying in this case it's safe to assume?
Yes.
I would concur with that.
Anthony's trying to remember how to use Discord. That's a good point. If you haven't been in there a while, it would be, I don't want to say a struggle, but, you know. I haven't seen Anthony in Discord in, I don't know, 2, 3, maybe even longer than 3 years. I remember that time Nathan took a break. He was on a vacation or he was sick or something, and Anthony took over the show. You remember that, Adam?
I don't.
No, I don't.
You don't remember that? Didn't he do it like once or twice or something?
The thing with Anthony is, whenever he's there, he takes over. So,
Can someone message me on Discord? I can't remember how to use it. So that doesn't make any damn sense, Tony. Because if we message you on Discord and you don't know how to use it, then how are you going to get the message?
Tell me you're a boomer without telling me you're a boomer.
I'm going to message you on Discord, Anthony.
I don't think Anthony's a boomer.
Oh,
Technically.
well, he's got boomer syndrome.
He got boober. He's got he's got boomer tendencies. What are boomer tendencies? Let's go over them.
Just Exhibit A, QE.
Hey, that's bullshit. You can't do that. You can't do that. You gotta show some attributes of a boomer. Like what?
At a technological disadvantage when it comes to anything online.
What do you mean? I'm all over this. I'm running the show.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Okay, nothing but age, right? Maybe not knowing what's the new hotness, the new hipness, right? That would be an attribute. Yeah. What else?
we can learn it, right? A boomer, because I'll put myself there. I can learn it, but I don't have this innate ability. When I watch my kids on
Yeah.
it, like they're more natural.
Exactly.
I mean,
Exactly. You got it. It couldn't have been said any better, Adam. You're exactly right. Yeah. It's more innate. They're more natural. It just comes natural, right? Whereas ours was a learning curve, and it's still curving.
Oh, there's the curve. We found it.
they naturally know where the settings button is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I downloaded a new browser yesterday, right? I downloaded Firefox. I had it a long time ago on not the computer, my last computer, but the computer before. But I wanted a new browser for some other stuff that I wanted to do, and I just want to keep it virgin. I don't want to, transfer or with the import files from Chrome or any other place, So I said, okay, let me try this. This is going to piss me off. I already know it. So and it had all these prompts, and I'm sitting there, why the hell are you asking me this? I just want to keep this thing virgin, right? So I can use one program and one program only on this thing. And it's given me, let me pull it up. It's given me, because it says I haven't finished downloading it yet. No, it didn't say that. It says finish setup in the right-hand corner. And it has set Firefox as default browser. I don't want to do that. Pin Firefox to taskbar. I did that. Click green. Import from previous browser. Nope, don't want to do that. Add an extension. Why do I need to do that? I don't. I left it blank. Sign up or sign into your account. I already did that. But it's still saying that I'm not even 50%. I guess it's just going to stay there. The finished setup? Yeah. That's a boomer question. So is that going to stay there? Hello? My mic working?
That wouldn't bother me.
All right. It does. My OCD will not allow that to sit up there unfinished. But I'll let it go for now. All right. Did Anthony come in here yet?
Yeah, but Brian did.
That he needs somebody to verify him in Discord.
Oh.
I can do that. I
Can you?
Pretty sure. Mm-hmm.
Get in there, Anthony. Flats, you hook
Sit
you up.
tight, Anthony. Sit tight.
Where's he? He's got to go somewhere first, doesn't he? He's got to go to.
Voice verification.
Yeah, I don't have that here.
Up top.
Is it up top?
See that boomer power?
That boomer. But I see server rules and server announcements. That's all I see.
Yeah, right under server announcements is the voice verification.
I don't have that on mine. I don't have that here. Even if oh, there it is. I had to hit the down arrow for welcome, then it shows up.
Boomer.
That's not a boomer. That's just some bullshit. Why don't you just put there's only 3. I don't need to scroll. All right? You follow? You're looking at this right now. You guys in Discord are seeing it. Well, okay, let me take welcome off. There goes voice verification. Let me show the people out there. Watch this. So they're saying it's up here, right? And I said, all I see is server rules and server announcements. Right? I figure I really don't have to hit welcome, right? So if I hit welcome, see what happens? Hey, stop it. Voice verification shows up. Why don't you just put it there to begin with? Why'd I have to down arrow to get one more section? I'd figure, if it were like 6 sections more, I can understand it. It's only 1. So we're going to stare at this voice verification and see if Anthony gets in here. That's what we're going to do, folks. You're going to have to wait.
Well, at least do the Oakley thing.
I hate that. Shut up.
He always gets it wrong, too. Remember when he was getting it wrong for like the first 10 times?
What's happening, Brian? I missed listening to your mic for the past day.
Hello.
Oh, God. When are you ever going to get that thing fixed?
It is fixed.
This is fixed. Terrible.
Pretty much.
It's terrible.
I'm in the wrong room at present. When I get out of this room with the sound back. But then it sounds worse again because it'll be in another wrong place. So I'll be coming in and out, good and bad.
Yeah, that's going to be great.
Ryan, go to a room that has furniture, couches, pillows.
I don't think the echo is his problem, Neil.
Well, it sounds like he's in an empty room to me.
No voice verification yet for Anthony. Come on, Tony, you can do it.
My problem is flat earthers who don't know what they're talking about. That's my problem.
Oh, you're gonna have some big problems over the next 10, 15 years.
My God. I just saw somebody, one of the upward rising outhouse proofs, accelerometers.
Hey, Flatsy, hold on. Put a cork in it, Brian. Anthony's up in voice verification. I see him. See him up here? Get up there and do your verifying. Is he in here now? There he is. Hey.
Oh.
Yo.
Turn that down a little bit. Right, can you hear me?
Yes.
Wow, I've totally forgotten how to use this program.
You're good. How are you, sir?
I'm really good. How are you all? It's been a while, eh?
Yeah, it's been too long.
Yeah. Glorious weather, though. Liverpool have won the league. It must be about...
Here we go.
I knew you'd have to.
First chance you got.
Yeah. Well, it only happens once every blue moon, so we may as well enjoy it.
Said the weather's
Good to have
good.
you back,
Hold
Tony.
on.
Nice
I want to shout at this first. Shut up, Adam. You said the weather's good in Liverpool, while Adam said it's not good where he's at. How far apart are you guys?
So it's hot.
It is hot, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hot. It's like, at the minute, it's overcast and hot, so it's really muggy. But it's middle of summer, isn't it? I don't know, we need a bit more global warming. So, any evidence of gravity, or is it
Any evidence of gravity? Listen to you. What are you going to do? The housekeeping questions?
Wrong show, buddy.
Do you know what? I've really done very little recently. I've joined Flatzoids once or twice, and that's about it. I'm not up to speed with anything.
You haven't missed much.
Backslid.
You ain't backslid. You haven't missed much. It's more or less the same thing.
It's not backsliding, no. It's more like not finding the gear and breaking down in the middle of the road.
Yeah, well, life gets in the way sometimes too.
Oh, it does, man. It does.
You're forgiven. You're always welcome.
Have we found any evidence for any of the key housekeeping questions?
No.
You're going to have to ask Jeran that.
Well, what's the latest on the Antarctica experiment thing? Do people realize now that that's not bunkum, or are they still punting it?
Well, it's not an experiment. We told them that it was logical fallacy. I don't know. Just people in general. I really don't know. I mean, if they're like goobers, then yeah, they probably think it's something. If they're not, then they've dismissed it already. How about that? Good answer.
Well, how long ago was that? That must have been about 2 years ago, right?
Can't wait till December. It was last December.
2 years ago. Anthony.
It feels like a long time ago.
You sure you want to stay in here? Because we're gonna pull. You know what we're doing today, right?
I have no idea. What's the agenda?
We're going over the belly laugher, Hanoi, Jeran, and Witsit. This is part 4.
I'll be a passenger. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Oh, Jeran Campanella and Witsit, Boy Zero, Sky Grifter, they're speaking to each other. One's now a baller, you know, the Hanoi one, and Witsit, he's respawned himself.
How can he respawn himself as not a baller if they both went on to the same trip?
I don't know. He's still a true alpha, but he took a break for a while because there was some heavy stuff coming down or something. So he took a break, but now he's back. He's back with his effort claims. I told everyone. Go ahead.
Who's the bigger grifter then? Is it Ditrar or is it Austin?
They're both on equal standing.
The question is, Tony, is it the same grift? Even though they're now apparently all in opposing positions. Not that you'd know either their position.
I don't even know what position Ditrar's in. Is he with them or has he jumped ship?
But the position, well, Jeran's position is to sentence fragment, so his position's unclear.
Jeran's position is what?
He's got so many sentence fragments that it's hard to know. Now, that Jeran is a baller. Now, Anthony, didn't you know that?
Yeah, I did know he'd jump sides, but I also didn't believe that he'd jump sides. I thought he was bullshitting just to make money. Maybe I'm not. I don't know.
Nah, he's a full... Well, I don't know if he jumped sides because I think he was a baller ever since the beginning anyway. That's my position.
I don't know. I don't understand him.
I think the guy is some kind of an agent or something, and has been from the beginning.
No, he's too...
Definitely, you don't need to be...
He's too stupid to be an agent.
Depends on how stupid he is.
See, this has been the argument, Anthony, is that I'm of the position that they're both, now specifically Jeran, but both of them are mentally retarded. But a lot of people have taken umbrage to that and said that no, they're just playing like they're retarded, and they know what they're doing. They're much smarter than we think they are. And I haven't indicted them. I've been charged.
That's not what Brian said.
No, I'm not saying just.
That's not what I said.
I'm not just saying what Brian or Adam said from the messages that I've been getting. You know that one person. Remember we brought up Huck Tui last time, and I posted what he wrote. Some guy responded. He said, "That guy. I think the guy is just joking." No, he's not joking. But anyway, more or less, you can hear Brian. If you listen to Brian and he gives you a position, it's the same one Adams got anyway. So, because we call him Brian Adams, they're the same ilk. So, go ahead. What's your position?
Well, I can't speak for Adam, even though
yes, you can.
I can. Well, me and Adam just happen to align on a lot of things. My position is, and Adam may disagree or agree with this, is that Jeran. I'm not focusing so much on Witsit here, but I could add him in. But that they're not as Jeran anyway is not as stupid as he's pretending to be right now, as he proved himself to be a bit smarter than that in the past. How much smarter? I'm not saying he's a genius, as I said. I'm just saying he's not as stupid as he's letting on to be right now. That's my point.
All right, Adam, are you of the same ilk, or you got something a little bit more than that?
Very similar, like I say. I think you've come round to the position also that they're not just stupid, they're stupid and bent. Yeah? Which kind of is where I'm at as well. You know what I mean? I don't think they're stupid. It would be the only thing. I think they're intelligent enough to try and pull the wool over people's eyes, and they pull plenty of wool over plenty of people's eyes. Are they clever enough to pull the wool over my eyes? No. Pull it over QE's? No. But they're disingenuous. Would be my position. As to their overall level of intellect, it's kind of a moot point, Tony, to me. the most important thing is they're here to deceive and trick, and by their history, they've demonstrated that. And by the past hour and a half that we've watched, they're doing that now, in ways because they pretend to be stupid, so that they never actually get to resolving a point. And that will be my point. That they're overall into it now, but what I do is watch them play the fool, so they don't have to actually deal with issues.
For me, the the Antarctica thing with McDuffie and all them, that for Jeran is the same event that Infectico was for Ranty. It was a buyout. It was a sellout. That's what that was to me.
Well, I know somebody that used to be an agent, and he's declaring that he's spoken to a few of his active agent friends that Jeran got paid $500,000.
What? Get the heck out of here.
That's what he said.
Are you sure?
What? Who's this agent?
Okay.
Guns of
Navarone.
What? Agent of what? What agency?
The Canadian guy. Remember he said he worked for the Canadian authorities? Comes on Nathan's show, rumpuses everybody. Because I keep telling him, you can't say he got paid $500,000. You do not know this as fact. And he said he does. Because he knows a few people that are still active, and they told him he got paid. I'm just telling you what I heard.
Active agents. I just want to know what this agency is first. Was it dumbass of the century agent?
Whatever the Canadians have.
Is he Canadian? Is he Canadian now too?
Yeah, he's the guy that said, no, I'm almost pulled over.
Canada stand. Oh God, yeah, I'm almost pulled over. Well, go ahead and pull over and post that link.
To be honest, though, it's more believable than for Jeran to take 500 grand, for example, is more believable than he's jumped ship and become a ball earther. For me, anyway.
100,000. Get out of here. You guys are off.
I might lead you back to. Sorry.
I'm just saying he's just a dumbass floating around, but blown by every wind of doctrine because he's a moron, and so is his butt buddy, Boy Zero Skydrifter.
The way he says it, QE, the way he keeps saying stupid things, therefore sphere, is he trying to let us know, hey, listen, guys, I sold out? You know what I mean? Because he's saying stupid things.
Well, I know this, that basically one of two main figureheads in a Netflix documentary that came out in 2018, who made us look super bad, was Jeran Campanella. The other figurehead supposedly is dead now, and so Jeran Campanella made a comeback with a protege of the figurehead that died, and made us look really bad again. I mean, it's like something. It's like, is this all a coincidence, or is there a load of urine flowing down my back? You know what I mean? If you think I'm going to accept that when he was showing himself to be fraudulent from 2017 on, maybe beforehand, and I'm not talking about getting a few things wrong. You know what I mean? I don't know what else to say. The same guy turns up again? No way. You know, what a coincidence. Like, the guy, I don't care. He doesn't have to be smart. He just has to follow the directions of someone who is smart enough. As far as I'm concerned, there's no way that guy is in any way genuine, or has ever been. Or at least not since 2016, 2017.
Yep. But
if ever.
Sorry, I had to step back for a second. Yeah, I think you're a conspiratard. You know what? I don't really care. All I can see is what I see. And all I can do is react to what I can react to. And what I'm listening to hasn't changed over the years. He's a dumbass cracker. I mean, really, really dumb. And that's my position. All this agent stuff, You're never gonna prove that shit, right? You could think it. It's okay. You could think it. It's fine, but it's a nothing burger.
I don't know about proving it because that would be kind of difficult to prove he's part of an agency or something. But what I would say is that he was smart enough to delete all his stuff when he became a baller. All the stuff that would indict him. Anything that might possibly indict anything he might say now is gone from his channel, by all accounts. So he was smart enough to do that.
Well, they've been doing that for years. Not only Jeran, the whole Globe Dumpsters crew, they've been deleting videos for years. That's part of a cycle, right?
Yes, I agree. Yes, but what I'm saying is that anything that Jeran would say now, Jeran very likely has had videos of him giving a rebuttal to these things in the past. So nobody can even go and get his rebuttals and say, there you go, Jeran, there's you rebutting yourself right now. You know what I mean? Or whatever he might say. You know what I mean? It's like, so someone that was either smart enough or he was smart enough to know to get rid of all that. You know? So I don't know. I know this much. I know that he said certain things in Antarctica when he was claimed to be there in December, and they turned out not to be true. Yet nobody was saying they weren't true while they were standing around with him while he was saying them. It wasn't until certain footage came out and showed what he said wasn't true or didn't fit the story they were originally promoting or whatever. Suddenly, oh no, Jeran got it wrong. Really, because nobody was saying he was getting any of this wrong on his live streams. Everyone was listening to him, flat and ball alike. People standing there within earshot of him, ballers, within earshot of him, saying that the sun is going behind the mountain at the base camp. Yet, Will Duffy has footage from their trip of the sun from the base camp of the sun not doing that, supposedly. The point being is that. What is going on? How can there be that much of a discrepancy? How can there be? And there being there's no smoke without fire. Call it conspiracy if you want. There's no smoke without fire for me. So yeah, I am a conspirator.
All that to get to you're a conspirator? Yeah, we already knew
that. Yeah, but I'm a good conspirator.
Damn, taking my son of a.
Are you doing your draft pick?
Yeah, I was. I just wanted to look and it pissed me off, so I let it go.
It's a cheap insult, mister.
Yeah. All right. So let's get back focused now. All right. You guys ready?
I do have one quick question.
Go ahead.
The last topic I remember was Austin with Vapegate, whether he vaped or not, whether he tried to pass it off as his breath or not.
Oh, God.
Did that turn out to be true?
Anthony, that was so long ago. We're way past that.
Allow me to answer, Anthony.
Oh, boy.
Anthony, he first of all kind of wouldn't admit he was vaping. He said he was drinking hot water when he went into the cabin. But then it shows on the video that he came out of the cabin. Obviously, he can't see into the cabin because he's in there. When he comes out, he's smoking something, right? Then he goes to the camera, breathes out, sees his breath, and goes, there's a little breath, what's up now? Now, I don't care whether it was drinking hot water, smoking vape, mixture of the two. When he got to the camera and he breathed out, and it was obvious he could see his breath, I personally feel that he just, in the moment, capitalized on that, as opposed to it being premeditated. Could be wrong. But the point I would make about that is, the most important point to me would be, he did not inform his audience. People who are Patreons for him, put food on his table, help him with his rent. He did not inform them that he had just been smoking vape and drinking hot water, which would create that effect in an environment like that. So for me, that's the big problem, that he was willing to lie to people who literally put food on his table. That is disgusting, as I'm concerned.
I have a question. Who the hell drinks hot water?
Let me caveat this. The opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily the same positions that are held by management. Just want to state that.
Let me go get a
Thank
cup
you for
of
that.
water.
Well, they only had hot water supposedly, like what they have to, like to turn the snow into water.
Oh boy!
They only have hot water supposedly. That's the story in Antarctica in those camps.
And it's riveting, that story. Yeah, can we move on, Anthony? Thanks. All right, you guys got to get Adam. You ready? Is he watching a game?
I'm as prepared as I will be.
You gotta get ready, man, because it's gonna come fast and furious.
Fast and Furious, retarded, I know.
I'm not going back. This is where we left off. You guys will come. Anthony, do you know how to? Are you seeing this on? You got to join the live. Go up to the top at Quantum Eraser, and you got to hit the live button.
Okay, let me find it.
Can one of you guys help them out?
Oh yeah. I got it. On it, man.
All right, you may have to turn it up because sometimes when people get in there, they say it's low. But you could just turn it up locally. All right, is everyone prepared? I'm sure not.
As prepared as we could be. Go ahead.
Here we go.
Let me jump in with this next question, which is exactly what you're talking about, okay? Roger's asking, why are the measurements of the ether ignored? The MMX, the Dayton Miller, Bob and
MMX. Now, that's what they call the Michelson-Morley experiment now, so they don't have to say experiment anymore. They do MMX.
The X doesn't stand for experiment, though. I heard them say it a different way. So they're kind of cloaking it. Yeah. The X is not for experiment. When I heard them, it's Michelson-Morley something, but the X is not for experiment. But we all know secretly that it is.
What's the something? Oh, thanks. That solved it. What's the something?
I can't remember.
Jeez. Well, thanks for interrupting. I just
one second before you press play. Sorry. Go on. So I just saw you. Go ahead.
Yeah. Like the other day when you were in there with Nathan on Nathan's show, and Nathan says, "Well, what are your thoughts on this?" And you interrupted, and you came in, and you said, "I really don't know."
I interrupted to say I didn't know.
Yes. Is anyone for sure on this topic? Or you did this? I don't know.
Something funny for you all before you get started.
Yeah.
I woke up when I woke up this morning or whatever. I woke up and laughing because I don't know if it was when I woke up or when I woke up to use the toilet or something. But it was bright outside. And in my dream, someone was referencing Nathan, but they weren't calling him Nathan Oakley. He was it Brayton O'Gartley?
What the heck? You twisted individual.
Brayton O'Gartley. That's what he was being referenced as in my dream.
Oh, brother.
Whatever the hell that kind of name is.
You probably should have just kept that to yourself.
I couldn't.
All right, here we go again.
many others, along with Ares' failure, which shows the Earth is not in motion.
Okay, Jeran,
Jeran, would you like to go first?
I mean, to me, it shows that the Earth is not in motion through any kind of an ether that they tried to test, at least the way they tested it. So again, to those things,
It's either in motion or it's not. But
this will be interesting, won't it?
Yes.
Mr. Ether exponent. Has he now been in the ether as well?
He was neck deep in the ether not that long ago, but now he has to say the ether. Why would the ether even come up? Right? Why would he even need to bring that up? Just the Earth is in motion or it's not. And with those quote unquote meat hook experiments, where's your position? Because his position was clear for many years that yes, he was an Ephorite, but no, the Earth wasn't moving. So stay focused there, Hanoi. Is the Earth moving or isn't it? Period. Right? That's what I thought.
That seems to me to be such a high level physics thing that's out.
High level physics thing. Whether the Earth is in motion or no, it's no physics thing at all. It's just, is the Earth in motion that either transmitting or rotating or it's not. Period. It has nothing to do high level physics, you dumbass.
Out of my wheelhouse.
Everything is out of your wheelhouse. Everything from second grade retard and up is well out of your wheelhouse.
There you go, look, you see. better to play stupid than deal with the issue. Something he's been a big proponent for and had lots of incorrect factoids about the ether. He's now binned, and his new position is to claim ignorance. It's higher level physics thing.
Oh, so all of a sudden it's above his pay grade? Really?
It wasn't outside his wheelhouse when he was a supposed flat earther. And if people want to show that the Earth is moving or not, they can show it with the mounts that were used, solar mounts that were used in Antarctica. They showed that it wasn't moving.
Yeah, they could do that, couldn't they?
Yeah, but that wouldn't be talking about the MMX and all the special high-level physics then. That would be actually proving something. Sorry.
Well, that's the MMX that he used to cite as a proof for ether. But his default position is now there is no ether because he doesn't understand it. It's too complicated.
Does there have to be an ether for the Earth to move, transmit, or rotate? Or is that a different topic?
I don't know how ether has anything got to do with whether the tangible geometric Earth is rotating or not. I mean,
yeah, it's
how is it part of anything? You know?
Yeah,
whatever the ether is.
Well, yeah. Well, let's give him some type of ether substance. It still has nothing to do with whether the Earth is moving or it's not. Yeah.
No, it's not to do with it whatsoever.
Yep, that's my
completely irrelevant.
Yeah.
And it used to be important to me because I thought we were lied to about the shape of the Earth or where we lived. And I no longer think that's the case. Now, I think they could be wrong. Obviously, I think they're wrong about dark matter, dark energy.
No. Is the Earth moving or isn't it? Don't send us on another wild goose chase on what you thought he asked you. He never answers the damn question, does he? Goes off on some incoherent tangent, starts rambling, sentence fragments, disjointed thoughts. Just answer the question, for God's sake.
Even there could be gravity issues. There could be.
He didn't ask you about gravity.
Gravity issues.
Maybe we haven't gone to.
Yeah, there are some gravity issues.
There's a few of them, all right.
Yeah, there is.
No, that's not right. There are issues with gravity. But now he's now talking about gravity as if it's his old best buddy. Like it's real.
Yep. Red herring fallacies everywhere. I mean, you can't get out of it. What's the next one? Partridges in a pear tree?
To the moon. Maybe we can't get out of low Earth orbit. There's a lot of other things, but I'm not.
We can't get out of low Earth orbit. That's partridge in a pear tree.
I'm not making those claims today. My claim.
You're not making those claims today. You're not answering the question either.
Is that the evidence shows us where we live, and I think that
the evidence shows us where we live. Yeah, that answered his question.
In order to believe that you live on a flat Earth, you have to.
It's never ending, guys. It's just never ending.
Wasn't the question about MMX, ether? Yeah. Why is he dodging?
No, it's about whether the Earth. See, you've been Jedi mind tricked too.
No. No, you've said it's about the Earth rotating. I've not gone that far. The question was MMX.
No,
ether.
no, it wasn't. The question was whether the Earth is moving or not.
Well, what's that got to do with mentioning MMX?
Nothing. That was our point. Yeah. Yep.
To then believe in a deceptive God. You have to believe that a
Now we've got a deceptive God.
Oh my goodness. What the heck?
You never know what's coming next, man. Like I'm telling you. What has he got? Like an abacus with topics on it, and he, and what an ass! He's an ass clown, man. What's next?
God made the earth answerable with one word, sphere.
God made the earth with one answerable sphere. Makes perfect sense.
No, but see, that's what I'm talking about. Is he winking at us and saying, listen, guys, they sold out?
He's not winking. He should be institutionalized. He can't answer a simple question. Going off on 8 different it's probably now 10 within the first 15 seconds. I should go back and count them.
But it's really not. It's actually flat, and it's actually this, and well, no. Why would God make it so that it's answerable by saying flat? Why would it be so easy to?
Why would God make it answerable by saying it's flat? Unbelievable.
Yeah, motivation. Let's appeal to God's motive.
It's nothing. It's nothing. It's disconnected from everything. He's just spitting out garbled horse shit.
To say, hey, how come it's an upside down sun and moon? Oh, you're upside down and you're on a ball.
Is the Earth moving or isn't it, douchebag?
Ball. Oh, why is there backwards moving? Because you're on a ball. Oh, well, why is there a south celestial pole? Oh, because you're on a ball. Oh.
Why are you a moron? Well, too much fluoride as a child.
So all the answers of you're on a ball suffice. Yet we're supposed to
suffice
to believe that that's not the truth. The truth is really that God made a flat.
Go ahead.
What suffice? They suffice.
It's connected to voice.
Things they'll do, won't they? Oh, I suppose it'll do. Yeah. And what will it do for? What will it suffice for? You'd be able to YouTube and chat shit and say it's definitely a ball because of this. That'll suffice. That's it.
Yeah. Is the Earth moving, Jeran?
Flat Earth, but just happened to make the mistake of making it also answerable by being on a sphere. Now the difference is we can map.
You can map. Is the Earth moving, Jeran?
The Earth, we have it mapped on a sphere, and it matches every single observation.
The only thing that matches is my ass and your face.
He keeps saying that.
Yeah, I know.
He?
Yeah, he keeps saying it. It's incoherent.
It's incorrect, fundamentally, but
it's not only incorrect; it's non sequitur. There's no premise, 1, 2, conclusion. There's nothing here. There's nothing like that here. He's just rambling incoherently. Hey, Jeran, is the Earth moving?
Everyone. And on a flat Earth, it matches none. That's the difference. So you can keep believing in the flat Earth if you want, but it's not.
Jeran, focus now. Is the Earth moving or isn't it? That's the question.
Going to come along. You're not going to, down the road, figure out that there's some answer. Because look how long it's been. There's been no answer. There's a reason why Lady Blount in...
Blount. He keeps on doing that. Blount. No, it's just blunt. Dumbass cracker. Blount. The hell is that? Now we're on Lady Blount. Is the Earth moving, Jeran?
1895 was saying, well, there is a southern sun, but we can't explain it. Well, now we're 150 years past that. And there hasn't even been an attempt because people have
Jeran, is the Earth moving?
Realized what I realized. Oh, any flat map will be the AE map.
Any flat map will be the AE map is one of the dumbest things I think I ever heard. Hey, Jeran, is the Earth moving or not?
And the AE map doesn't match reality.
Hold up. See? That's crucial to Will Duffy's plan. Yeah? So it's now a straw man.
Thank the Lord.
Thank the Lord, I just started. It's not worthy of that.
I just started.
Sasha sent Kiwi, after this evaluation, you need to retire.
It's close. Go ahead, Adam. Thanks for the super chat.
Oh, just notable where they're trying to strawman. He's desperate for the AE map to be something sacrosanct to a flat earther. And now he's making statements. Any map's it's just the AE map.
Super chat.
Thank the Lord.
Sasha sent. He is saying that flat surface doesn't match on FE.
That doesn't answer the question where the Earth is moving. Y'all forgot about that already, right? You better get the Adderall drip out. Thanks, Sasha. Okay, Adam, he's just trolling you, man. Go ahead, Adam.
No, I'm done. There was a point of note.
Point of note. Point taken.
Reality. Therefore, I hate to tell you, the Earth cannot be flat. It's time to just grow up and say, okay.
Hey, Jeran, is the Earth moving or isn't it?
Let's move on to actual.
Grow up.
Grow up or throw up.
What is this rhetoric? It's time to grow up.
I think you're gonna have to ask him. It's too stupid.
Real conspiracies, and let's stop.
Real conspiracies, like what?
Stop teaching kids lies. I did it for 10 years.
Hey, Jeran, is the Earth moving or isn't it?
Makes me sick that I thought so completely about the South.
You thought so completely.
Here we go, South Pole again.
Being a lie that I based my entire idea of the Earth on that precis.
On that precis.
More fool you, son. Yeah? Don't tar me with your brush.
Super chat.
Get out of here.
That was a good one.
Yeah, he wants me to say it with him. I'm sorry if you guys hear me saying it with him. It's because he wants me to. Anyways, Sasha sent, Earth is moving when you see sun moving, obviously.
But he ain't even there. At least I would have accepted that, Sasha. He's not even there. He's off on some other idiot tangent. Everyone's chasing after now because they've been Jedi mind tricked by this moron. Finish up, Adam. Go ahead, John. Interrupt Adam. Everyone else has. Let's go, Adam, and then John. Adam.
I'm done.
You're done again. John.
Well, QE, it's obvious that the proof that the Earth is moving is that he formulated his ideas on a South Pole that he had never been to and didn't know anything about, that the Earth was flat, and that's the proof that the Earth's moving.
No, that's incorrect. He's not answering the question. That's his precis. You hear what he said? That glue sniffer, he doesn't even know what he's... Listen to this. Maybe closed captioning will catch this. Let's see it.
Being a lie that I based my entire idea of the Earth on that precis.
On that precis. It only said pre. It said, what the hell was that? Let's do that shit again. On that precis. This is a precis, Adam. He based it on that precis.
That I based my entire idea of the Earth on that precis. On that.
Oh. It's not his pronunciation. It's his open admission of how retarded he was. And maybe that's because he didn't know what evidence is. And the reason he was in Flat Earth, apparently, was because back then he thought the South was a lie. And then when he found out that actually the South was real, and the Flat Earth was gone, wasn't it? That's the trouble, Jeran.
That's not his damn precis, Adam.
Precis.
Doesn't he mean premise?
No, he's not. He said precis.
That I based my entire idea of the Earth on that precis. On that
precis. He's trying to correct himself. Let's see what he comes up with.
A lie that I based my entire idea of the Earth on that precis. On that point. And
Premise, Jeran, think.
I like it on that point.
Was he asked if he had any evidence the Earth was moving?
Yes.
Was what started this?
Yes.
Yeah, and you might have missed the fact that it's down to a jealous God.
I think it was a combination of premise and precipice.
Is that what you think? So you're translating the meaning that he meant, huh? Is that what you
Taking the context and also what he used to correct himself, which was point. So precipice would make sense.
It's compensating, not translating.
He's a moron.
When I went and found out that that's not the case, now everything else is a mess. So I see what Austin's saying, where you're like, what's...
Well, Austin, you see what he's saying. Can you see words?
I haven't heard him say anything yet.
Yeah, he's not saying. You had a question. Is the Earth moving? That's what we're waiting for the answer for.
going on? Now you believe that we're spinning. Now you believe... No. It's
not sentence fragment.
It's not a matter of that. It's the Earth is a ball.
Hang on a minute. Hang on. If the question is if whether or not the Earth's moving, wouldn't Jeran be the ideal guy to blame Bob for the ring laser gyro blooper that he did? Has he actually done that?
Possibly. He should do. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Yep. He forgot the question. In fact, he never heard a single question. He's done the same thing with every single question asked him so far, for the most part.
He's already on to his second bit of notes prematurely because he's saying Austin's which hasn't been presented yet.
I was going to say that. He's got his head down. He's reading from his script.
But
he said, I know Austin said, you know what I mean?
But that was his preface.
Shape is a sphere, and that can be realized by yourself. You can go.
That can be realized by. That makes perfect sense.
Go out tonight or sunset. Watch the sunset.
Here we go again. How many times has he brought this up? Go out again tonight. Okay. Go out again tonight. We're going out.
Call a friend in the South. Have them watch the sunset go.
In the South, like in Alabama.
The other direction, and you know you're on a sphere because there's.
And it goes in the other direction.
And it's as simple as that, right? And for all those years that Jeran was in flat Earth, right, all he had to do was go out at night, wait for the sunset, and call a friend in the South, the place that he thought that was real, right? And it had been proven to him, so he wouldn't have wasted all this time.
But even though that statement he's just said's not even right, he said it's in the opposite direction. It's in the same direction, isn't it?
Yes.
He knows that answer.
No, he doesn't. He thinks left and right are objective directions.
Yeah.
You said something hilarious there, Adam. I like it when you just put it right in there when you said that when he confirmed that place wasn't a lie. Oh, dude, I caught it though. Hopefully other people did.
No flat map that will ever account for that.
All maps are flat.
But the sphere model is...
What sphere model? Where's that at? You got one of those? Can we see that? Can you define model first and then present the sphere model for everyone? I haven't forgot about the question either. Is the Earth moving, Jeran?
Is exactly that. How would the Earth be modeled perfectly?
For your answer.
The answer? Thank you for your answer, Jeran. What? He didn't answer the question. Hey, Hebrew roots. You got something in your ears. Called doofus.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Austin, did you want to address this one?
You got to remember, though, that, you see, roots trains to time, not any form of standard.
Ah, that's correct.
Comprehensible answer, you know?
Yep, you're right, Adam. Let's see if Austin can answer it.
Why is measurements of ether ignored? MMX date.
That's not the question. Why are measurements of ether ignored? That wasn't the question. Was, is the Earth moving or not?
Miller, Bob, and many others, along with Aries failure.
Yeah, of course. And like Jeran knows the answer to this. It's because it actually has philosophical implications that the Earth is in a special and unique position. If the Earth's in the center of everything, how did it get there? And that is the answer as a creator. It was placed there. There was some type of intelligence.
I thought the question was, is the Earth moving? There was some ancillary stuff Roger brought up. Yes, but the main question was, is the Earth moving? I swore I heard that. Do I got to go back?
Yeah, I think you have to. I didn't hear that. That's why I said.
Really?
All about esoteric nonsense.
Right.
Right. Now, what was the point of MMX? It was to find out whether there was rotation or ether movement, wasn't it? And or ether rotation, and it demonstrated the Earth wasn't moving as they claimed. But I don't know.
All right,
Prove it. You have to go back.
Yeah, I'm going to. Maybe I misheard. Here we go. Let's see if we can find it.
Your friends that are geocentrist, Robert.
I didn't miss anything, did I?
No, that was the main question that he wanted to ask him. He wanted to ask him, do you think that the Earth is moving?
Okay, hold on.
And cook the books because the globe doesn't match. So that proves that the actual coordinate system isn't correct. So how do we just like, yeah, of course it is.
Quick, we got a few more questions that we need to get to.
Here we go. Okay, everyone ready?
This one is from
Roger.
John is asking for Jeran. Do you now?
Wait, John? I thought it was Roger. All right, hold on.
Now believe that the weak force of gravity holds.
Did I go back too far? Obviously.
At the ground towards the center of the Earth.
Did.
That's where you are. That's where everybody is. So there is nobody upside down. Now you could say
gravity's terribly debunked and impossible. Whatever they need for the Earth.
You think
to
it
not
could be
moving.
the Earth is a sphere?
Well, you're just now you boldly appealed to majority.
Oh no, it's not appealed to majority. So you're saying that we have.
Shut up.
You appealed to majority. You are, who cares? But I want to ask
easier observations.
That what you know that
the measurements of the ether ignored. Exactly what you're talking about. Okay, Roger's asking.
Oh, here it is.
With this next question, which is exactly what you're talking about. Okay, Roger's asking, why are the measurements of the ether ignored?
Okay, that's number one. Why are the measurements of the ether ignored?
The MMX, the Dayton Miller, Bob, and many others, along with Aries failure, which shows the Earth is not in motion.
Okay,
Jeran, would you like?
That the Earth is not in motion. So that was the conclusion. So isn't that the main subject?
No, it's a two-part question, isn't it? Because they're totally unrelated.
Yes.
Even in all of these Muppets paradigm, yeah? Why are measurements of the ether ignored? Well, because there are no measurements of the ether. There's nothing to ignore.
All right, fair enough. I guess we can move on. I'm not listening to that bullshit again. Let's get back to Austin.
Well, hold on a second, because the ether is something for the Earth to move through, and the question, so that deals with the ether and whether it exists, but primary to that is the Earth moving to be necessary to move through something? So Earth's motion is primary in both cases.
Yeah, I know. But it was a two-part incoherent question. Adam already pointed it out. Don't worry, we don't need to flail on it. It's just stupid.
That's incorrect.
What's incorrect?
Incorrect. From an Ethereum point of view, no. But from an Ethereum point of view, this is the point. Because in the MMX, where there's absolutely nothing, but there is a slight change in the fringe pattern, that is what's interpreted as the ether rotating. Yeah? That's what moves, not the Earth in the true Earther's mind.
That's too many paradigms, Adam. We're sticking on the real, like the coherent position.
Yeah, but Adam's right. That's their position with ether.
Right.
And by the way, you're right, QE. Nathan used as an excuse to play hooky, thinking that we had a show last week.
Yeah, I knew that. Let's continue. Let's get past this.
So, like, that's why it's so glaringly obvious if the Earth is in the center that it was placed there, that they run away from it. And they say this, and Jeran, again, you know that as well. Like, they just straight up tell you. Wait, bro. I don't interrupt you, bro. Like, they straight up tell you, right, why they do that. All geocentrists are globers. That doesn't matter. Like, we're talking, like, the question is, this, like, now I have beef with you, intellectual beef, though, right? But my point is that it's like, how all of a sudden are you going to flip on that? Oh, maybe it makes more sense. It'd have to go faster than the speed of light. No, actually, even
why can't you just slow the fuck down and just speak coherently? You're all over the place. Calm down.
Did you not hear what he said?
Malfunction, dude. It's stupid.
He said that he had intellectual beef with Jeran.
That's an impossibility.
I'm surprised you let that go.
I did let it go because I wanted to bring Adam in on that, and then I changed my mind.
The theory of relativity, according to his own equations, that the actual star.
Why are we into theory of relativity now? Is that a scientific theory?
Stars can go faster than the speed of light based on the presence of the strength of the gravitational field and the immensity of masses.
What the? What?
There goes the motor mouth.
Wanker. Wanker. Is that more or less what you were saying, Adam?
Yes, sir.
In relativity itself, it can actually go faster than the speed of light. Actually, doesn't have to because we have to presuppose distances to even claim that, and we have to claim the.
Holy shit, man!
Wow. QE, you may have to turn the speed down on him.
I'm not doing it. I want to get through it.
Finite speed of light in the first place, but MMX absolutely showed the Earth was not moving. So now we're in the world where we're just invoking insanity, right? Just pure insanity that the measuring apparatus contracted. But
you see there, though, look. Michelson Morley proved the Earth is not moving.
How to do that?
It doesn't matter. My point as the emissary was to point out that in their worldview, that's exactly what it proves. Yeah, and conversely, it proves that that fringe pattern proves that it's the ether that is moving.
That makes perfect sense.
I know it doesn't, but that's not my fault.
But it looks exactly the same size, time slowed down, just coincidentally the exact right amount to make us think that the Earth is stationary, but it's actually not. But we can't just, I don't agree with that, but it could still be moving. That doesn't make any sense. Like, it isn't moving, the answer, and Aries' failure proves definitively that it's not moving. And this is kind of like the issue. This is the issue. You said, but now I just thought we were lied to about the shape of the Earth, so now I don't really care about that. What do you mean? That's actually the inverse of how I feel. Right, the most important part of it almost is that the Earth is stationary because that means it's in the center.
The most important part. That's not the most important part.
God, no matter what. You believe in God no matter what. So for me,
do you believe in God no matter what? What?
Yes, I do, sir.
What? Why would you? Why would that even come up, Adam? You're answering them.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Shangri-La.
I'm telling you, it's just off to where did that come from? What does that what does that have to do with the subject of the discussion? What? I don't know, dude.
QE, I don't think they know that motion and shape are two different topics.
Well, that's the least of their worries, John.
There's a creator no matter what, whether the Earth is out amongst the galaxies or whether it's the central point. Neither of those is going to make me. It's not like if I found out that
sentence fragment
centrism was real, I'd be like, oh, there's no God, we're all here accidental. No, there's a God regardless.
That's the point. You just brought up the point about lying to children, and now you're saying it doesn't really matter now because I selfishly already believe in God. So who cares about children being told that we're flying infinitely to a vacuum? You say, what's it matter because I already believe in God anyway? Well, what about the 6-year-old who's being told that they're on a tiny speck of dust free falling through an infinite void?
We'll teach your.
Where are we? Oh my God. Are you following this, Roots?
Kids not to buy everything at school. That's one thing we should know right off the bat. We should know that.
That isn't the point. Truth always matters. That was your whole point. And to answer the question directly and very.
Is it now about the children?
Yes.
What? That's glue sniffing non sequiturs.
Yeah.
Well, because he said we teach our children lies by teaching them it's flat, right? He said he's upset with himself because for 10 years he's been teaching his kid that it's flat.
John, do you know what is interesting? I have a video from the Jeran from 5 years ago because I was a subscriber to him. And he has a video, listen the title, How Einstein Made the Earth Move when all experiments show it didn't move.
Yep.
That's his video.
That's great.
What happened
Concisely.
to him?
He's a moron.
The reason that it's ignored is because it has philosophical implications that the Earth is in the center.
We went on the same page.
Why are you talking through him? I know it's just inane gibberish anyway, but
okay, well, it definitively shows that the Earth is not moving. Now you have a stationary globe, and you know that that's.
He's doing the old Edward Hubble routine, isn't he, right now?
Go ahead.
Well, if you don't know what that means, is it Hubble that says it would be absurd for us to take a position that the Earth is at the centre of? So even though the data shows it, we can't take that position. It would have too profound an implication. That's what I think Witsit's kind of loading on.
Yes, and it was Hubble that said, paraphrasing, he said more or less that.
That's really rough to deal with, and that's why you're like, well, maybe it is moving, because it just sounds ridiculous that it's just sitting there.
There's not enough people that have ever looked into it. There's not enough people that have ever looked into it to figure out if the Earth is moving. Not enough people. That's your position, you glue sniffer. Thought about, could the Earth be at the center of everything and be spinning?
There hasn't been enough people at him. Just not enough people thought about that.
He is a jumper. You know what is jumper?
Oh boy.
In politics in Serbia, they have in one political party and they jump to another political party. Depends who is on the power. That's the jumper.
But he's a jumper for every single statement that he makes. Once he takes a breath, he jumps to another topic.
Yeah, okay.
Could it be there's a lot of things that make you...
Could it be there's a lot of things, another sentence fragment.
Oh, I don't know if that works. Well, it is.
I don't know if that works. I don't know if what works. What are you talking about?
I mean, it has to revolve at the same time. They absolutely would have done that if they could have done that.
It has to revolve at the same time.
Based on the actual celestial observations, if they're spinning, it has to be revolving.
If what's spinning, what has to be revolving with celestial observations? What are you talking about?
Jim, I'm going to jump in real quick. We have we have a few minutes left, just 2 minutes left, actually. And
because guess why? Adam, tell him.
I'm not standing. You see, once again, though, they're getting to a point where they were arguing. Oh, I better stop there. But don't want anything resolving. On to the pay-per-view next week.
A few questions that, Jeran, do you want to take any more questions at this point? Or?
The ones that he's not going to answer? Sure.
You guys want to keep going on where you're... Okay, so we got a question here from Casey asking, hi, Jeran. It's actually to both you, but mostly to Jeran. Hi, Jeran. I appreciate you and Austin. I admit,
thanks.
I'm embarrassed to admit I've listened to both of you for hundreds of hours. Thank you both. And Jeran, your change of mind was immediately following your trip. It would seem deep reflection would be necessary before concluding anything publicly. To me, your response seemed inorganic. Why didn't you ponder your view for a longer period?
So that's...
Well, at least that had some semblance of being at least grammatically correct. What it has to do with anything is it's a nothing burger. Maybe for the fellow super chat conspiratards, it might have some semblance of relevance.
Tony Whitcomb sent, does Jeran suddenly think he lives in a stationary gyroscope like Gloobers do? That's fascinating as a crap lie.
I don't know. Tony, thanks for the super chat. I don't know. I find it impossible to figure out what his position is on anything, to be perfectly honest with you. He doesn't know. He can't articulate it, that's for sure, without train wrecking himself. You'll have to ask him. Another one.
I don't want the bun anymore.
Okay, baby, hold on 1 second. His hair's in a bun. He don't want it in a bun. Sasha sent at the end conclusion, time was correctly shared.
Well, thank you.
That did not do his accent very well.
Who can? My grandmother even couldn't have done that.
It's multifaceted, but for one thing, I was the only one, if people remember, for 6 months prior
I was the only one, if people remember, what?
to the trip, saying what it meant.
Saying what meant?
I was laying out the AE map that I believed in, said this is the
How could you believe in, that means accept without evidence, the AE map when you were part of the group that debunked it in 2016?
There's your repainting of history.
Yep.
There's your evidence, yeah? He's taking a false position. Right?
What was the name of your grandmother?
Sonia?
Tanya.
Yeah, there's roads in Croatia named with my name on it. By the way. Me and Betty tracked them down. Now back to the topic.
What topic?
Yeah, I forgot what were we talking about, Adam?
Are you named after a road?
Yeah, Stunjastrasse.
Yes, it was something like that. Yes. Did we have something to say about Jeran before that? What did he? I can't even remember what he said, man. Let's go back.
I have to ask something about the Witsit.
Oh boy.
It's important, Huey. Did he say anything about Earth measure flat in this last? I don't know how much. You follow three shows. In these 2 hours, did he said in any time sea level Earth measure flat or whatever?
He didn't come out and say it. He paraphrased it. He had trouble figuring out the importance of the baseline in his celestial theodolite train wreck. But no, he didn't.
Because last time I spoke with him when he was in Antarctica and asked him, did you tell other people there, that Earth measure flat, that sea level, that your point is flat Earth point, even if you're on Antarctica? And he said, yes, I did. And I asked him, can you show me that recorded? And I said, can you do that in another podcast, one big podcast, only to say simple things like that? And he said, I'm saying that every time. And now he's saying that, simple thing like every flat earther would say, there is a sea level, man, and there is not curving. In whichever, the most.
Are you trying to get your 10,000 words out or what?
Yeah, the flat earther who find out yesterday that Earth is flat now, what is sea level. The Witsit who is in flat Earth, I don't know, 7-8 years, he doesn't know what is fucking sea level and how Earth measure flat.
Can I continue?
Hold on, I understand his frustration. He said he's asked him a couple of times.
I don't need to go through it. I don't need you to translate it for me, Neil.
I didn't translate. I'm just saying I understand his frustration.
Well, good. Adam?
I didn't really understand it.
You didn't pipe up? All right, here we go.
what it meant. That I was laying out the AE map that I believed in, said this is the map.
Oh, that's right. The AE map that he accepted without evidence that he debunked in 2016. That's where we're at.
I believe in. It's the map that Dave Weiss uses for his app. It's
who gives a shit what Big Globe Dave does.
What everybody believes in, even though now they...
But not everyone believes. We don't believe in that shit. We knew it was debunked in 2016, just like you, idiot.
Pretend like they don't.
Pretend like they don't. What an ass clown.
Talking about Austin. Austin's never... championed a model, but all
Austin's never championed a model.
The hell does that mean?
Going medieval on his ass.
Flat earthers, this is why they have to say that TFE was fake.
Not that it's fake, it was fallacious. And a pseudoscience non-experiment for glue sniffers.
Because they actually do believe in the AE map, and
they, I guess, flat earthers, stereotype fallacy. He knows what complete strangers accept without evidence.
See where we're back to again now.
What's next? Barking for the yak woman? But
it's forcing the AE map onto us. Desperate. Look, I do believe you. They do.
We don't.
They do.
We don't.
He used to pretend he didn't believe in the thing he debunked with Nathan Oakley before he realised that the South was not a lie.
That the South is not a lie.
They actually do know that the sun circling down there would falsify it. They just don't want to come out and say it, so they'd rather just say that the trip didn't happen. This way they don't have to worry about it. But the trip did.
What?
did happen, and the sun did do what falsifies the AE map.
Well, there you go. Falsified a globe projection. We're good. Appreciate it.
So it comes down to, remind me of the question.
There it is.
What am I talking about again? What's the question?
Why does it matter? He's not going to answer a question. Why remind him what the question was?
Let's see if he does. Let's see if it happens. Let's see if he reminds him of the question. Let's see if he answers it.
Premise?
It's basic.
Premise? No, precis. Get it right.
It comes down to, remind me of the question, the premise?
It's basically.
Why didn't you ponder longer before
Why didn't you
Right,
take
right.
longer before you publicly announced your decision?
Got you. So for 6 months, I was the one telling everybody this, because it was big to me. I did see
Sentence fragment.
it as an opportunity to either prove flat Earth or to detriment it, meaning that
To detriment it. What?
You've just been detrimented.
Interesting choice of words.
I've been friggin' T-jumped. We've been getting T-jumped this whole time. Howard, 52 minutes T-jump by both of these idiot crackers. Is he answering the question, by the way? No, not yet.
if the sun did set down there, then the flat Earth is pretty much it.
He's not answering the question. Again.
Now we know that it's the case because it now refutes the globe. The globe is falsified with a setting sun in the south. So that was a hope. Now, talking to Austin, we both understood that as time got closer to that trip, we were like, shit, as it gets closer, I'm starting to think it might be a 24-hour sun there. But I already knew, and this is why everybody was arguing with me.
But I already knew that to switch topics again.
From, Brother Sanchez and Z and all these guys, they were all upset at me for saying that if I go down there and see a sun circling, then I'm going to come back and say that the globe model better matches reality.
The globe model better matches... Well, let's see the globe model. Let's see if it matches reality. Fair? Never will be presented. You know why? Because it doesn't exist.
And that's just how I felt because the...
Say again?
Two things. Batsy, are you there?
I am.
First thing, when is this gift that you're on about ever going to happen?
At the end.
Oh, God. And then the second thing, and
my God.
Because you've seen, does he ever mention coffee cup caustic?
I don't know. What would it matter?
I'm not saying.
I'm not saying. What would it matter anyway, Adam?
Because what he's just said there is, I thought like this, and I present it. No, he didn't, because he said it could be. He went on and on about his coffee cup caustic. Yeah, being a plausible thing if he did see it. So again, repainting his position as if he was going on some noble endeavor that he'd set out the parameters that were going to make his mind up. That's not how I remember it, Jeran.
map I knew would be gone. And for 6 months, I sat there with paper trying to draw it, trying to figure it out. And I just couldn't. I was like, oh my God,
couldn't draw it on paper.
You're muted. He's muted.
Oh,
You're
I'm
muted,
sorry.
Huey.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You're still not answering the question, Jeran. He even repeated the damn thing for you. You're still not answering it.
Yeah, but for 6 months he tried to draw it on paper. Now that's a genuine guy.
Didn't Ranty say that for like 6 weeks he just stared at that picture like aimlessly and couldn't work out how it could possibly be on a globe? Definitely a parallel statement, that, do you not think?
Got another video, by the way, Q.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, it's part of the Ghost Riders again. Ghost Riders!
You know what? I was going to play that before the show, but you weren't here. Remind me, I'll do it after the show.
Tropics are a physical thing from the sun.
The tropics are a physical thing from the sun, huh? That's some dumbassery. You're still not answering the question there,
Same thing with the equator. So we can't move those, and so are the continents. So therefore, it's an AE map every day or nothing. So that's why it was so easy. Now, when I got back and I saw everybody saying that it was a fake trip, I realized what we were dealing with, which was a shell of the former flat Earth.
So it was a shell of a former flat Earth because your two UFO followers slam dunked your dumbass. So now that led you to thinking that the Earth's a globe. Is that about it? Idiot.
The Bob Nodells, the Rob Skiba flat.
The Bob Nodells and the Rob Skiba flat earthers. What?
Flat Earth. The research flat.
What's that, Adam?
The dead ones.
Flat Earth is gone. There is nobody left like that.
No, because,
yeah, they died.
Yeah, they died.
There's people like Stephen Alfonso who will just say that all flat maps predict a 24-hour sun.
Here we go again.
Completely and totally false. Everybody bought it, ran with it. That's what the new flat Earth is.
The new flat Earth? Is that what it is, Adam? Is that the new flat Earth?
That's where all maps tell you the 24-hour sun.
St. Pierre coming up with basically the, what's his name?
St. Pierre. What's his name? St. Pierre.
Walter Bislin's model.
Walter Bislin doesn't have a model. Never had a model. You don't know what a model is.
Now we introduce a second sun that happens to be placed exactly where the globe model.
Exactly where there is no globe model either. Are we going to get an answer to the question, by the way, at some point?
Says that the one sun is, and we call that a flat map that has some sort of answer.
Hebrew roots, can you remind him of the question again?
Nope, that's just lying and cheating and stealing from the globe. So everywhere I looked, all I found was people saying, you didn't go, you're a liar, or it doesn't matter, it's a nothing burger. So
it isn't, well, it's more than a nothing burger. It's fallacious with a pseudoscientific non-experiment. So it's a little bit more than a nothing burger.
I realized, people who are flat earthers will forever be flat earthers.
People who are flat earthers will be ever flat earthers. Huh?
And there's your proof, because he's claimed he was a flat earther. Now he says that a flat earther is always a flat earther, which means he was never a flat earther in the first place. He said he was...
Because they refuse to acknowledge when something goes against their model.
What model? There is no flat earth model. Never was. You don't know what a model is. There's no globe earth model either. Never has been, never will be. You don't know what a model is.
They'll just call it fake, and they won't
even just call it fake. We debunked that shit long time ago.
Even deal with it. So there was nobody to go to the table with me.
What table? The kids' table at Thanksgiving dinner.
I thought, hey, we'll come back and we'll go to Zoom and we'll get together, go back to the drawing board and figure out what the map.
Were you ever on the drawing board to begin with? That's my question.
Is there's no such thing anymore. Flat earthers are so intolerant.
Stereotype fallacy.
And so convinced they don't even do that anymore. They don't even.
Well, when we figure out that water's wet, well, we go on to the next subject.
Can I just say there, sorry, that he is now doing what all of heliocentrism has done to flat Earth since the 1800s or before, and that is an attempt at character assassination. That's all this is. He's just using the same heliocentric attack, by just making a load of claims, supporting nothing, a heap of nothing, and vague naming of this person or that person, and it's all in an attempt to just character assassinate us. Which is, Nathan's door is open. Any day he wants to come in there. Does he go in there? No. So what does he want? There's plenty of places to go. If he wants to have a conversation about things.
He was only asked, why did you make your mind up so quick? Basically.
Thanks, Brian. No one, we're kind of in the dark about that mystery right there. Thanks for telling everyone what's really going on here. Besides not answering the question.
Down and discuss things. They already think they have all the answers. They know it. Go look at Facebook.
We do. We already know.
Facebook, look at comments, look at posts.
Go look at Facebook. No, just go look at. Well, there's a book going to be coming out, right? And you're going to rue the day. I'm going to tell you that, sunshine.
They just make crazy, rude statements about people and say, "Oh, you stupid idiots! What, a boat's upside down?" And
they would have to be upside down.
They're just so sure of themselves, and it's a sad thing to.
Yeah, it's a sad thing. They're going to have to be upside down, Jeran. We went over this before. Blue sniffer.
Shouldn't he be saying inside out instead of upside down?
He should. Yeah. Good point. I love this. See, there's no way that you baltards can get around this simple truth. Second grade retards that not even paying attention or laughing their asses off at you, right? Because there's no other way that this can't happen on a globetard. If you're out here in a second law of thermodynamics violation with a super zoom camera, first you take a fucking non-zoomed view and you're in this position, and then you zoom in, zoom in, zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. There is no other way that you will not see this. You have to see this in this orientation. It's it. That's over. It's over for the globe, actually, right here. Really. I would put this, me personally, this is number one proof. For me personally, it's all over right here. Yeah.
Not for me, because they could conjure up that kind of nonsense.
They'll do what?
They could conjure up that nonsense. Like they conjure up all kinds of.
They can conjure up what nonsense?
That they're outside some globe in heliocentric aerospace and they zoom in on a plane and a boat. They could conjure up that rubbish.
They conjure up what? I didn't hear what they're conjuring.
Well, you got to conjure up some CGI.
Some CG? No, I don't think you're paying attention. There's no conjuring anything up here. You cannot coherently go against this as a glober.
You can't make that boat be right side up.
There's no way. Not coherently. Not a chance. It's all over.
They'll have to prove gas pressure without a container from even address anything.
I'm saying that it ends right here. That's what I'm saying.
I've seen it end a long time before there. That's what
yeah, that's true. But
there doesn't exist. So no, you're on your own on that one, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I'm on my own on it. You damn, and I'll take it all the way home.
All the way home to globe.
You betcha. You betcha. You damn Skippy. I will stand on this mountaintop and die right here. You damn Skippy, I will.
Well, I'm not dying on that mountain.
Well, yeah, because
you're going to be lonely.
Well, it's good.
In this sense, I can't speak for Adam. He won't be there either.
Well, not everything's kosher, and not everything's going to fit for the feeble-minded.
That's all I'm saying.
I just think that a giant space magnifying glass is just so implausible. That's why I'm not on board.
That's your position. That's your position, Adam. That's your argument against that, right? I would expect nothing less.
To see, because I don't think that they're right anymore, and I think that a lot of it is misunderstanding, and then there's just lies everywhere. You know that?
Yeah, there's lies just everywhere.
Video where the astronaut's on the ISS and he drops a screw and it goes ding ding ding, and he goes, "Oh, we found out that's."
And it goes, "Oh,
fake." A flat earther faked that. They made that scene. You can find the original.
Where were they at? To the 10 to the negative 10 torr vacuum. You're in violation of the second law of thermodynamics, idiot.
No, it doesn't drop any screw. Yeah. So there's like all these.
Who said yeah? Was that on the? Let's go back. Was that Hebrew Roots that said yeah? Let's hear that again.
Made that scene. You can find the original. It doesn't drop any screw. Yeah. So there's.
That's him. That's Hebrew Roots. Yeah. My God.
There's like all these which
Hey, that was
are
a
very few.
Say again.
Amen. Space is real.
Yep.
Answer. Sorry, Jeran. That's we're going up.
Superchat.
Super non-answer. He still didn't answer that question. Go ahead.
Sasha sent, imagine what now Bob and Angela think about Jeran.
Bob and Angela.
Not to change the subject.
Oh, you will,
He
and
was-
please do so.
I was just going to say, he was asked, why did he change his view so quickly without any thought?
Yes.
He has not said anything about that.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show.
That's part of his charm.
You forgot, QE, that kudos to Jeran and Angela.
Sasha, your mic's a train wreck. You're coming in and out.
Okay.
So, drop out. Come back in.
And last one is actually for Austin here. Austin.
Maybe we can get an actual answer to a question.
Wouldn't Occam's razor tell us that if the globe match...
What? Occam's razor is a train wreck heuristic that is utterly meaningless in this situation. I'll let it play.
Is actually for Austin here. Austin, wouldn't Occam's razor tell us that if the...
Who did we listen to the other day? Sorry about that, folks. Who did we listen to the other day? Adam, that called him Occam's. Was it Occam's? He mispronounced it. Who was that? Adam.
I'm trying to think. I can't remember.
Was that?
Yeah, Adam doesn't have instant answers. Like, give him a break. This is just a completely.
Stop defending Adam. You're like an Adam simp.
Standard is. I'm just stating that you're expecting a standard out of Adam that it's completely unreasonable.
Oh my God. Well, why don't you indict me for that? Why tar and feather that boy?
To be fair, I put that same pressure on myself.
You know what, Adam? It's getting almost puke-worthy. He's simping for you, by the way, number one. Number two, I think it was that glue sniffer that we were listening to with James Tour. Remember the evolutionary science guy? Yeah, I think that was him. We're gonna go over that. That's gonna be coming up as a treatment, by the way. So just remember what I said about this Occam's razor horse shit.
Globe matches all observations in the sky and distances on
the globe matches all observations in the sky is non sequitur. My table matches all observations in the sky.
It's not non sequitur. It's nonsensical. It doesn't mean anything. It's just the globe matches all observations in the sky.
Yeah, that's non sequitur, Adam.
It's completely nonsensical, mate. What does that mean?
it's
what globe?
Well, you can say it's completely unrelated. What does it actually mean?
He's about to say distances on the ground too.
Don't you dare anticipate if you watch this and doing that shit. I told you about that before.
I didn't watch it. He just said distance and you caught it.
Now that we're completely off the topic of the non sequitur he just stated.
Yeah, we were busy matching observations in the sky.
But no flat map can do either of those without distortion.
There's no other map than a flat map.
See, now you got to go back. You missed his other part.
Got it.
It's most likely a sphere.
Okay. This guy should debate instead of me. Jesus.
Yeah, but it actually doesn't. Occam's razor actually doesn't do that, right? That's why I originally said the best argument you could try to make about the 24-hour sun.
What was the Occam's razor part in that? I missed that. Do they even know what Occam's razor is? Like a train wreck dumpster fire heuristic anyway.
Nope.
Sun, for example, because you just make claims that aren't true. Matches all the observations in the sky. No, they don't. I just specifically detailed multiple observations it doesn't match, and they're always hand waved.
Really, observations in the sky? I thought that the observations in the sky had nothing to do with the Earth. Now you're agreeing that the observations in the sky tell you that it is flat. Quite a muddled composition we got going on here.
I just missed. I'll look into it later. Or refraction. I don't need to explain how.
Refraction. No, what are you just dribbling out words incoherently again? Right? But the Pied Piper idiots out there that think you're some type of god of intellect, they're like amazed at your profundity. Right? You're a fucking moron, dude. You need to be institutionalized.
Hear anything specifically?
So, yeah. Specifically the star that was occulted by the mountain. And
holy shit. Do you want to try that one more time? Maybe slow down a little bit?
Oh, no. We're back to celestial theodolite, aren't we? Did you just say star occult in a mountain?
I don't know. It was going too fast. I didn't catch up with it.
Yes, he did.
Steady. Let's try it again.
I didn't hear anything specifically.
So, yeah. Specifically the star that was occulted by the mountain.
I challenge everyone to try to say that faster.
Brian, your camera's on.
Is he climbing a potato tree?
Oh boy.
Did he say that the star can occult a mountain? Is that what he just said?
No, he said specifically the star that is occulted by.
You screwed it up. That wasn't fast enough.
Uh-oh.
I tried.
I know you tried. You had it. You were on it. You were right there, and then you lost it. Too much pressure. He's talking about the celestial theodolite, John. He brought it up a number of times previously in this encounter right here. The star was occulted by a mountain. It's quite stupid because they missed the elephant in the room, the elevation angle. That's what he's referring to. But anyway.
And specifically that you can't even use celestial navigation 1 degree per 69 miles. But
good, Flatsy, try that one.
Can't use celestial navigation 1 degree per 69 miles.
No,
I still can't do it.
No way. Didn't make it.
this is what I'm saying. Please don't interrupt me, bro. Like, this is what is always done. It's like these holistic claims as if they're just true. We're supposed to grant them. It matches everything, doesn't match anything in the on the flat.
Imagine everything doesn't match anything on. Yeah, makes perfect sense.
Earth. I told people, by the way, to the Globers, and like the best argument you could make about the sun, the 24-hour sun, is Occam's razor. That which requires.
You told them that. Good job.
It's the least amount of assumptions. It's most likely to be true. So.
Oh, so somebody does know what Occam's razor is. Say that one more time.
The 24-hour sun is Occam's razor. That which requires the least amount of assumptions is most likely to be true.
Yeah, it's stupid. It doesn't have anything to do with anything. Certainly has.
It doesn't. That's the indictment. If you want that as some arbiter of truth, I think I said it on Fly Off Debate. What is Occam's razor? The least shittiest explanation wins.
Correct. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That was really good, Adam, when you said that. I did hear that, and that was perfect. Yeah. The least shittiest explanation is true. That's Occam's razor.
So if I say, oh, well, I go down there because I'm just tipped over, right? Because I will throw this in here. Well, hey, if there was actually a satanic force, if Satan's actually real, I know you might take beef with that.
What the hell is going on here, Adam?
What? We've had a jealous God from one side, and now, in answering this question, if Satan's real, what the...
What does assumptions have to do with existence any dang way? I'm still trying to figure that one out.
Well, you'll try to figure that out. We've moved past that, and now we're into his just off the cuff, out of the fucking blue, from Tupelo, Mississippi, Satan. Unbelievable.
That if he wanted to deceive the world, well, maybe he would have greater knowledge of the way that the world works, and he'd be able to absolutely hijack the fact that in the South things change. So that doesn't know.
Thingies changey in the Southie, Adam.
Where the devil is, it's going to happen, isn't it?
It's where the devil. I thought he was going down to Georgia.
That isn't something like you appeal to like a philosophical grounds there.
I guess he meant that as the South. Georgia is South.
But I'm just going to say, Occam's razor, okay. The problem with that, actually, though, it sounds good because the other argument is just affirming the consequent. That's no good. But Occam's razor sounds good until you realize, oh, actually, it doesn't require the least amount of assumptions, right? Because it requires me believe that the sun is 93 million miles away, that the stars are an infinite distance away, thus there's nothing in between us so that we can see that.
You want to try those three, Flatsy? You ain't gonna make it.
No.
Good.
And that perspective doesn't affect the sky like it affects everything else with special pleading.
Oh, he said perspective with the sky. See, Brian grants them perspective with the sky. For some reason, I have no fucking clue. But I'll relent.
Then I claim that actually my physical orientation is why I saw the sun that way. So it requires way more assumptions before you can talk about observing the sun in the first place. So Occam's razor doesn't even apply the 24-hour sun with the globe. So my answer is, if your hypothetical was true, if no observations ever matched, and yeah, sure, with specifically celestial observations, Occam's razor would benefit the globe, but that isn't actually the case. That isn't how it works at all. So you're incorrect. In fact, the celestial navigation observations, the angles to the star observations, the Seattle celestial theodolite observations with the mountain obscuring it, etc., actually perfectly match the flat Earth. We can predict where it's going to be based on the flat Earth using plain.
Yeah, that's not a prediction, by the way. That's not a scientific prediction. It's not science to begin with.
Geometry, and it doesn't match the globe. So
okay, I have something to say. You said while I was driving, and you knew I was driving. Brian Branston.
No, wait a second.
In the sky.
Wait a second. How the hell did I didn't know you were driving.
I said I was driving. I said earlier I was driving.
Oh, did you?
I said if my camera was on, I said I'm driving.
I can't look at your camera, Brian. I have this screen in front of me. I can't see your screen in Discord.
I did say it, but I was on mute when I said it. Oh, so you're off the hook on
my
gosh. I just remember I was on mute. I don't grant them perspective in anything. I only point out that they claim perspective in the sky, but then they deny it on the ground. Well, they can't. They don't deny it. It's just it doesn't exist in their paradigm terrestrially, but it does exist celestially. Now, your points about it a couple of weeks ago, that little conversation we had about excellent QE, where you pointed out, well, how do they even know what medium they're looking through in the sky? They wouldn't have known. And how can they even appeal to perspective if they don't see it and it doesn't exist terrestrially for them in their paradigm?
Yep.
How could they say that the sun has an angular size when not angular size? They don't see the sun at any other size than they see it. Same, correct. We don't see the sun at a different size, you know?
Well, how can they appeal? My argument was, how can they appeal to perspective if perspective must not exist on their globetard? How would they even know what it was?
Exactly. The word would not exist. That's what I said. I said if that word wouldn't exist. If we lived on a globe within that paradigm, the word wouldn't exist because we wouldn't. The existence of it, our knowledge of the existence, we couldn't have a knowledge of it.
They
could to know about it.
No, they couldn't have a knowledge.
Well, within that paradigm, I mean, hypothetically, if we were living in that paradigm, we wouldn't have knowledge of perspective because it wouldn't exist for us.
Yeah, we don't live in that glue sniffing paradigm. We're out the outside laughing at them.
Yeah, we are. I just said hypothetically. That's all. Listen, I'm going to go on mute and say a few things, and then I'll get back to you later.
You're going to go on mute and say some things.
Oh, that means that we'll know exactly that he had said what he said when he was on mute.
You better know, because I'll be holding you to it.
Yeah,
we know it.
He came out the gates with a strong case. I was on mute when I said it. That you should.
Dude, oh my gosh.
It was pretty funny. Good job.
That you baked in there actually isn't correct. And I do just want to make this one more meta point right here.
We're back to the meta again. Some people have been telling me, too, they've been commenting that meta is the acronym that was used the other day. Remember when I asked somebody to define meta? And they're saying that Austin is using meta in that context. I just want to let you know.
It's like, what based on the story that Jeran just said, I mean, and wait, can we do closing?
My God, sentence fragments. Just slow down. That's all you had to do.
Not slowing down is going to be to his detriment later.
Oh boy.
Because I don't like.
We didn't discuss it, but do you guys want to do closing?
Like a few minute closings or something? Yeah, yeah, we'll just do that because I don't want to go too long. I want to kind of address some of the stuff that Jeran said, though, right? Because he kind of went on a bit about the whole thing, and I want to kind of address it. But so to wrap that up, like, no, actually, Occam's razor doesn't apply because you made a claim that isn't true about how it always matches the globe doesn't match player. That isn't actually the case, and I've given multiple examples. So you're actually isolating a singular observation that requires multiple assumptions prior to you were even going to claim Occam's razor, which means it requires many assumptions. So Occam's razor doesn't apply. That's
true. That's correct. Well, you said one thing correct. It's been an hour and 58 minutes.
Direct answer.
Okay, thank you.
That's it? Okay.
Thank you. All right, if you guys want to do closings, 3 minutes each.
Got his face buried down there again.
Jeran is the affirmative, so he would go.
Pause a second.
Good.
Just a second. Just want to point out that the border came in and said this all celestial observations match a globe and all distances match a globe. No, that's completely incorrect. All airline distances are horizontal, all elevation angle distances are horizontal. All surveying adheres to horizontal, as in distances from A to B are all horizontal. There is no horizontal on the globe, so absolutely no distance in reality matches globe. None, not even one.
Yep, you're right. Good job.
Okay, I think people can go back and look at the debate. I mean, if there were...
And look at the debate, I mean, if there... Sentence fragment. This wasn't a debate, glue sniffer.
Known anomalies with observations.
Known anomalies with observations, what might that be?
That the globe predicts. And what I'm just talking...
Globe doesn't predict shit. It's an inanimate, idiotic concept. Makes no... You don't know what predictions are either.
Talking about is simple. Let's just simple star.
Simple star.
I mean, sunrise, sunset.
Oh my God. The sun doesn't rise or set on your globe, tard moron. It's rhetorical language.
Angles and times.
That's. Thanks for that.
Those are predicted by the sphere, and they are.
No, spheres don't make predictions, doofus. You need to be institutionalized.
Are match everywhere on the Earth. There's nowhere.
The only thing it matches is my ass and your face.
You could go and say, oh, now I look at Google Earth and it's off by 3.
Why would you look at Google Earth? Sorry for stopping this. He's going to come out with glue sniffing off the wall, bouncing off the incoherent walls, the mirrors, in between his ears. It's going to be a rapid fire, ladies and gentlemen. Get ready.
Hours. When Austin's talking about the stars or something being off, he's talking about tiny little bits, like a degree, something.
The stars being off, what does that mean?
Something. So it's the Earth is still a sphere if you're off a...
The Earth is still a sphere when you haven't demonstrated. Go ahead, Adam.
Well, listen to the apologetics. He's almost admitting that it doesn't match, but it just because it doesn't match still means it's a sphere. He's just admitted that Austin's correct. Off by half a degree. Well, that's a lot, isn't it?
Yep.
It's observations with anomalies that's predicted by the globe.
So the globe predicts that it's going to be wrong.
Because the globe is clearly sentient.
Very well done, Flatsy.
Of course it does.
That's being a very good listener. That's impressive, Flatsy. That was very concise. That's exactly what he meant. As stupid as it was. Good job.
A degree,
well, thank you.
Every once in a while, that's not going to make it flat. And
that's not going to make it flat. The anomalies that the sphere predicts.
And to picture for yourself an Earth that is...
So I tried to get in there just after. Well, I was kind of coming in with Flatsy.
Oh, God, just say it. Don't give us apologetics for your interruptions every time.
What the guy is saying is that the globe is always right, even when it's wrong.
Yes. Was that it?
Yeah, I thought that was a pretty profound statement.
That's it. It was profound. I'm shocked. Not at the profundity, but at it was so precise and so concise and so short.
Yeah, sometimes I can do that.
Unbelievable.
It's flat.
I do it often on mute.
Just go back on mute and say a few more things.
And to picture for yourself, an Earth that is flat is going to have much different geometry than an Earth that is a sphere.
That's profound.
Meaning that you can't tell. Here's my new belief.
2 sentence fragments. Here's my new belief. Here's my new belief. Go ahead, Adam.
Meaning that, here's my new belief. Mr. Fragments.
Geometry than an Earth that is a sphere. Meaning that you can't tell. Here's my new belief. I no longer think you can lie to people about the shape of the Earth unless they want to be lied to. Okay.
That's his new belief, Adam.
Profound, Jeran. Profound.
Wow.
Okay. What I mean by that is people can make
You mean something different than what you just said?
Oh, he's going to explain that?
So if somebody comes and tells you live on a dodecahedron,
hey, don't say that's that's copyrighted.
Whoa, is he robbing you?
Yep. He's been listening to me. Isn't that fucking creepy?
You can go out and make observations and figure out that you don't, because what the
dodecahedron, you figure out that you don't.
Dodecahedron would call for isn't matching our real world. So if the Earth is
like the globe-tard,
not a sphere, then we would be.
If the Earth is not a sphere,
be able to show where observations of a location somewhere in the world doesn't match what the sphere says it will.
The sphere doesn't say anything,
and we don't see that. So even
what we don't see that. Well, what did the sphere say?
If Austin says that we do, he can't name one. Just name one. Just tell me, like, oh, well, in Jakarta, in
Black Swan, it's all over
India, whatever.
Jakarta,
they're supposed to be
Jakarta, India, dumbass.
Be at 27 degrees latitude, but actually the angle to the stars.
Welcome to flat Earth. I gotta have latitude without friggin' elevation angles.
38, something like that. That would be. Then you'd say, oh, there's a problem with the globe. But the globe.
No, there's not a problem. The globe never existed. Not a problem with it.
The globe is perfect. The
globe is perfect. Black Swan.
Pause a second.
Uh-oh.
He just tried to hijack latitude.
I know.
Jeran.
I know.
That measurement he just detailed. Yeah.
I know. I caught him.
I know. It's just he's cheeky now. That's cheeky. That's pushing it. Begging the question and trying. See, they do more than begging the question. They try and hijack as well. That is pushing it. When I hear that is something that annoys me, because they're trying to take something that actually happens in reality and claim it for themselves when it's the very thing that debunks them. Out of all the things that's one of the easiest things ever to debunk them. It's that exact measurement, and he's trying to hijack that. I can't even talk. It annoys me immediately.
Look out! He climbs potato trees and he's pissed.
Yeah, because there's a blight.
The globe has complete symmetry. 90
complete symmetry the globe has. Wouldn't you like to hear him define symmetry, Adam? I'd like to hear that.
Perfect. It's perfect.
Perfect symmetry.
T-Jump said that about symmetry.
Did he?
Remember? Yes, sir.
90 degrees south, 90 degrees north. Each place you move up.
Welcome to flat Earth. Can't have south or north on a globe-tard. And where'd you get the degrees from? What are you talking about? Azimuths? Can't have azimuths on a globe-tard. It's impossible.
80, 70, 60 is identical.
80, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Identical 6 months later from the other place.
It's identical 6 months later. You mean they changed through time?
We have
pause a second.
12 hours.
Sorry, 90 degrees north and 90 degrees south. A bit problematic for you, Jeran.
Yep, he's a retard.
For days and 12-hour nights on the equinox for everybody. And then moving north or south, the daylight hour.
Can't do that on a globe, Tar. You don't have north or south. Think about it for 3 seconds.
Hours change perfectly, meaning that in the summer for the north, you would have 0 daylight hours at the South Pole, and you would start.
What the hell is he on about now?
Moving your little marker.
Where's the South Pole? Oh, by the way, you can't have south on a globe, Tar. Sorry about that. And you don't have a South Pole.
Up, and it would go up perfectly until you get to 24 hours of daylight at the North Pole. That's impossible on any other shape.
Okay.
The fact that you have the sun going different directions.
No, left and right aren't directions to begin with. Neither is clockwise and counterclockwise. So you're just a retard.
For a flat Earth, that's a paradox. For a globe Earth, it's a feature of living on the globe.
It's a paradox because you're fucking retarded.
For me, again, I just want to end it with this. I'm not concerned yet with the spin, everything else yet, because
he's not concerned with it spinning and everything else.
I'm trying to get people to understand that we live on a sphere.
If you lived on a sphere, why would you have to get people to understand it? Wouldn't it be patently obvious?
My argument knowledge is so strong, I'm only prepared to deal with one bit of the argument. This bit.
This bit. That's a nothing burger.
That you can go figure that out yourself. You don't need help. You don't need mathematics. You don't need your...
You don't need mathematics. I thought it's all based on geometry. You don't need... That's a pretty stupid thing to say, Jeran. Probably because you don't know what mathematics is.
Professor or NASA or anybody.
You need a professor or NASA or anyone, huh? Professor of what? Economics? Fucking doofus.
I think he was saying a professor of NASA. Did he say professor of NASA?
I don't know, John. Let's go back. I'll give you a J on that. Let's get a CC drop on this.
Else yet, because I'm trying to get people to understand.
Super CC drop.
Oh goodness. All right. So Pablo sent, meta has another meaning. In this context, I think it means encompassing, overarching.
Really? Is that what meta means? Overarching? All right. Thanks for the super chat. Adam, why don't you get on that? We're looking for, what does meta mean?
Didn't somebody say it was a gaming phrase?
Yes.
Like the best technique or the easiest route to victory sort of thing.
Yes, but Pablo just said that it means an overarching point.
What? It means overarching, doesn't it?
Overarching, yeah.
Yeah.
That's intuitive. I would probably tend towards that, to what Pablo said. But I don't know.
On a sphere. That you can go figure that out yourself. You don't need help. You don't need mathematics. You don't need your professor or NASA or anybody.
He said professor or NASA or anybody. What about your professor, Adam? You don't need him?
Not anymore.
Platty, do you need your professor?
No, what? No. No, wait.
He ain't even listening anymore.
Huh?
You can do it yourself. I was going to show you, and I didn't get around to doing that.
What?
So go based off of that standard that Jeran just gave out to everyone did. What about if you come to the wrong conclusion? What happens then, Jeran?
It's probably because you ain't been listening to your professor.
Yeah, but he said you don't need him. Or you don't need your professor or NASA, or you don't need mathematics, you don't need anything. You can just come to your own conclusion, subjectively. So how many different conclusions could people come to using that standard?
The South's not a lie, Brian.
Someone needs to tell Flatty.
But I even put a GoPro on a globe, spun it.
You put a GoPro on a globe and you spun it?
Like they say, looked at the observations of the light.
What do you mean, like they say? What is, you spun it like they say? What? Yeah, now you're. Let's get this whole glue sniffing point in. This is bound to be profoundly stupid.
Professor or NASA or anybody. You can do it yourself. I was going to show you tonight. I didn't get around to doing that, but I even put a GoPro on a globe, spun it, like they say, looked at the observations of the light and what it does, and then matched that, and it matches exactly.
And then matched it. What the hell are you talking about, you dumbass cracker? What the fuck was that?
This one time at band camp. What?
The most
sounds a bit Blue Peter.
Go ahead, Adam.
Nothing. Just it sounds a little bit Blue Peter, doesn't it? You can do this at home, kids, to prove it's a ball. Simply get a GoPro, strap it to a ball, and spin the ball. Look at the light, and if the light matches, it's a ball.
What we see. So therefore, we live on a sphere.
So therefore, we live on a sphere tard.
It would be impossible that we didn't. And the only way that we can let them get away with supposedly lying about it is that if we let them, meaning that like you guys are, we all as flat earthers just believe they were lying to us, even though we can make observations that tell us that they're not. We can make observation. Now, I'm not saying all observation. I'm not saying that Austin's wrong about a lot of what he's saying about the shape of the earth is the globe will be globe forever. I hate to tell you.
It's going to be a globe forever. That made perfect sense.
And believe me, it's unfortunate for me.
That's no. Whenever we hear somebody say, believe me, that you're a fucking liar.
I don't want it that way. I'm having.
Why don't you want it that way? That was quite non sequitur. Why would this question be the wants or needs? Just is or it ain't? Moron.
I lost my channel. My channel's going to be gone. I'm going
to. He's lost his channel. Therefore, glob.
Be off of YouTube because I told truthers the truth. That's the problem.
You told two offers some horse shit. That's all.
All right. Thank you, Jeran, for those closing statements.
Yeah. Thank you, Jeran. Go sit down and look down. Okay.
Austin.
Fucking idiot.
3 minutes. I'll begin when you.
Oh my God. Can we have a word counter?
You start talking.
I ain't doing it.
Yes, you are. Start counting them right now. Here we go.
You're on mute.
Thank you.
Thank you. Holy shit. Thank you.
Already starting at 100 miles per hour.
One of the things that you keep on saying goes against something that you've said for many, many years, and is that people knew that the Earth was flat for thousands of years without a model, and now all of a sudden we absolutely have to have one. We have to have one because of a singular, isolated observation, right? That
you have to have a model. You don't know what a model is if they're asking him for it. Did you ask him what a model was?
The globe explanation for actually isn't even.
There is no globe explanation. Globes don't make explanations. I'll bet you don't even know what an explanation is. What do you think, Adam? You think he knows what it is?
Oh no! Why'd you ask?
I'm still thinking about strapping a GoPro to a globe.
Oh boy.
He's stuck back there, Flatsy, and no one's going to remove him.
It's efficient.
I mean, hey, can you blame him?
No.
Observation, right? That the globe explanation for actually isn't even sufficient. It has insane, preposterous presuppositions before we even get to observing the sun. You just look at the final outcome, right? You don't even hold those previous presuppositions at any type of a scrutiny. And I'm just pointing out that you used to repeatedly and adamantly point out, dude, what? We don't have to have a perfect model. For thousands of years, people knew the Earth was flat without a model.
Yeah, there's never been a model of flat Earth or globe Earth. It's category error. It's non sequitur.
Now we need one specifically for one observation. Everything else goes.
Good.
I don't think I'm not so fussed about how he's saying it in this case. But he is pointing out that, where have your standards gone, Jeran? You're actually contradicting yourself now.
Oh. Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. Yeah, I got you, Adam. Yeah.
I still want to know why they're looking for explanations and descriptions.
They don't know what those words mean, John. That's a level that we're at here.
Because they're not the window. But so if Jeran had a justified belief that the Earth was planar.
What? Jeran had a justified belief. What in the hell does that mean?
Sounds like Gregory stuff.
Oh, the justified true belief, which is non sequitur from the Black Lagoon. Somebody that Gert, a guy named with a G, way back in the day, destroyed to an utter lifeless bloody pulp this idea of justified true belief horse shit. Gert, who was it? Who debunked
Gertrude Johnson.
Justified true belief. Started with it. I know.
Gertrude Taylor.
Gutiérrez, that's him. Yep, I ran across him in university, by the way. Yeah, he took that out to the woodshed and just fucking beat it like a red-headed stepchild. This was back in the day. That when I was born, 1963.
That's some poetic justice right there,
Isn't it?
That's justified.
Gutiérrez, that's who he was. Let's carry on.
Planar and stationary, then a 24-hour sun over his head in the south would not falsify either planar or stationary. It only does that if he's affirming the consequent and or did not have a justified belief that the Earth was.
Back to this justified belief shit.
Is planar and stationary. Therefore, why would anyone accept his new belief that it's a globe is a justified one, considering his previous belief
My God.
could not have been justified? So basically,
show me a justified. I want to see a justified belief. I want to see a justified acceptance without evidence. That's what I want to see. That's what he's saying, by the way. Justified acceptance without evidence. That's what we need to see from your dumbass. That you're using the term.
it's just the ontological premise on which you're reaching these conclusions.
The ontological premise by way he's reaching his conclusions. What?
Are flawed intrinsically in both situations. And so what I will say in closing, this is what everyone's so perplexed about, is you keep what it sounds like to me is
sentence fragment
in the answer to the question of why you didn't take
another one
your time or whatever, and because I was there, bro.
Another one.
Oh, and I had your back, and I didn't turn on you, and I still haven't, and I'm not going to. But I was there, right? And I talked to you after the plane. I know it was a genuine, sincere experience and moment that you had on the plane, and I was there, bro. I was there.
I was there, bro. I was there, man, bro. I was there, bro.
And I got turned on just like you did. You may think you got it worse.
You got turned on by your own people, the two of us.
I don't know. I think in a way maybe I got it worse. Yeah. But this is the thing, right? It's like the reason that people are so perplexed and so confused is because
the people. What people?
Seemingly what happened was you came back and like you said, we're going to go to the whiteboard. Let's get on Zoom meetings. Let's figure it out. Some of us did do that. You said that's not what happened. That's not what flat earthers did. Well, no, actually some of us did do that.
You're not a flat earther. You're a true earther.
You have, again, you don't like it, but Joe Hanvey has shown many.
Joe Hanvey. Come back to the whiteboard. I'll show you a friggin' Oreo cookie earth.
Different possibilities. I've seen a few different possibilities, and simply the sun's in an apparent position, but you didn't actually do.
Is it? You're gonna have to prove that. Do you know what apparent means? I don't think you do.
Do that. What you did was you come back and realize, yes, there were some people that absolutely that they pissed me off too. I've taken a break.
Sentence fragment.
Because these people just acted crazy, right? And they started attacking us. And then, like you said, they clearly did reify and internalize the AE model. And then they're like, wow, this.
Who did that?
Would disprove it. So they started calling us liars. They started attacking us. They did everything that we stood against or claimed to stand against when it came to the globe.
Wasn't Jeran the one who reified the AE train? It's not a model, it's a map. You don't know the difference between a map and a model, by the way.
Right? Just presupposing.
Pause a second. I'm pretty sure that people had a good reason to turn on you and Jeran. You gave them good reason to turn on you. So it's not as if you're some kind of victims. You're not the victims in anything you have. Yeah, just wanted to point that out.
Fair enough.
Thank you.
Internalizing it, and whatever doesn't go along with it.
That's exactly what I was bloody thinking. They're having a moment now. They're now brothers in arms, aren't they, against nasty people with hurty feelings.
Yeah.
Why don't you go back to your GoPro on your globe and start spinning that shit around?
I'm not sure how to fix it. I can't seem to find anywhere flat like the bottom of the GoPro.
We're going to turn against it. But what you've now done is kind of stereotype and holistically generalize all of us, throw us in a basket. This is why people are getting triggered with you, right? Because when you say things, you're like, you say flat earthers as if we all do that. We didn't all do anything, right? And so, yes,
that was good. He pointed out a stereotype, fallacy. Well, good on you.
Way in the grand scheme of things, this is going to be way beneficial for flat Earth because.
But you just, well, I would have stopped right there, and then said, "Answer for your fallacious reasoning, there, fuckwit." Not you. Just spin right by it.
Yeah, the cultish, like dishonest people popped their head out. And so we realized, whoa, dude, we were so focused on this phenomenon on the other side or with other people or with the mainstream, we didn't realize that they were right around us as well. And so that
does anyone know what he's talking about?
He's trying to indict some other people, which the only people I could think is him. He's describing. But I don't know. He's trying to claim that it's a good thing because there'll be a purge, which is what we said. But of Muppets like him and Jeran. But he's now taking it and he's claiming it for himself by the sounds of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like doing, you ever just start staring at something without focusing? You just stare and it's just like veg. Total veg. That's what I started doing that.
That absolutely did happen, and I stand right beside you against those people that just all turned on us. But in conclusion, I will say this is the issue. You are
the evil bastards that turned on Jeran and Witsit. All those nasty, nasty people.
Nasty, nasty true offers.
Just saying they can only be this way, and you're not actually examining all the presuppositions baked in. You're not actually logically assessing it because it requires presuppositions to even make the final affirming of the consequent. That is a major point that I want you to think about because you are not you're all of a sudden able to hyper focus and isolate that singular observation and then put all of the other evidence aside, all the refutations, say, well, whatever the globe answer is, it must be true because I know it has to be a globe now, and that is not the proper way to look at it at all. Okay.
Yeah, I agree with you, Austin, about the people.
He spoke at a reasonable pace and made an eloquent point.
Yeah.
Well said, Witsit.
Yeah, it was good. Sorry, I was vegging.
It's just
What are you
I look at
doing?
it.
What are you doing? Are you staring at the Witsit tree in the background?
No, over here you see these.
Hypnotizing you.
He's not staring at anything in particular. He's staring in a vegetative state.
If you have to know, it was over. Can you see my mouse? Yeah, you can see it right over here. There's two stars right here, and there's a star right there. And I was looking off to the right over into this void.
You practically watched the vacuum.
You see that there isn't the group of people that there was before. I know you're saying that there was and you were on Discord, but really what it comes down to is that when, let's say somebody in the future goes down now, they're not even going to want to go because of what
happens. Goes down where?
Has Jeran got another 3 minutes?
I guess.
Hold on a second. I just want to point out that Jeran went there and he said, I'm going to lay out the dishonesty from both of these people. Jeran went there and he said that he had to move from him and everyone else had to move from the base camp to a different camp, which I call the observation camp, because the sun goes behind the mountain for 2-3 hours a day, right? So they wouldn't get a full view of the sun for a full 24 hours because it'd be behind the mountain. They went off and did their observations, came back 2 days later to the base camp or whatever it was, And then Jeran said, the next day after they came back, after he'd had a sleep and a shower and everything, he said, you know, it's great to get a sleep and a shower and everything and change your clothes. You know, that feels good. But I tell you, when the sun goes behind that mountain, it's really cold. Then Duffy comes out with footage of the sun not doing that from the base camp, footage from the base camp. So that's immediately a reason for nobody to trust Jeran and to have a problem with him. Above that else, you don't even have to go into that else. That alone is bad. Witsit, right? Came to his computer screen.
Just stop right there.
No, I'm trying to the audience.
I'm going to let you go. I'm going to let you go. Just relax. Are you going to state this on every single episode?
Yes.
All right.
Dishonesty needs to be called out. Yeah, I will. I'll state it whenever it needs to be stated. Because, as I was saying, Witsit came to his computer screen, breathed out some breath. It could be seen, but none of the rest of the breath could. He said, there's a little breath, what's up now? And he arrogantly smirked to his subscribers, those put food on his table, but Patreons and all the rest of it. And he was shown afterwards to have been smoking vape, and he said he was drinking hot water. Whatever the reason is, he didn't inform his audience of that. So they have no business complaining because both of them, right, were telling stories. No business complaining. So they are not victims in any kind of way here. They're trying to prop up McDuffie and his 24-hour nonsense. That's all they're doing here. And they're giving each other a little tap in the back because they're so hard done by. G2 are a couple of low-life Viper lawyers. And you should never be trusted. And no one should ever have to do it ever again. Thank you, Kitty.
Do I have to caveat this again that the opinions brought forth by some people on this panel are not necessarily the viewpoints of the ownership?
Before you press play,
well, I already did, but go ahead.
Latsy, you there?
I'm here.
You've got 5 minutes.
I know.
It's already rounded out. When's the good stuff?
What? Yeah, she said it.
Actually, Witsit got interrupted by Jeran in his closing statement. He's not done.
Oh. Okay.
So what we've done is we've created a cult that will.
You've created the cult was already created long before you got there. It's called the heliocentric ball-tart spinning space monkey religion. That's the cult. Now you're in it, neck deep.
Not accept that their information might be wrong. They can't accept, like, oh, there's an observation that goes against.
Indictment. Not it's a ball because we can't accept, we can't think, we don't understand.
Against us, it was fake. We were some of the.
We were some 3-sentence fragments.
Top flat earthers that there are. You and I.
That'd be me.
I don't know what number you want to put at top 10.
And Adam.
10, something like that. But
definitely not Brian. Let's go back and get this whole thing. There we go.
Like, oh, there's an observation that goes against us. It was fake. We were some of the top flat earthers that there are. You and I don't know.
Oh, you were you were never a top flat earther. You're two of us. Right from the beginning. And dumbass crackers. Right from the beginning, right through up until now. That we've demonstrated. I got so many videos on my channel. Bay West is blushing.
I don't know what number you want to put at top 10, something like that.
Top. You aren't at the top. Never at the top. You're a dumbass. And a cracker.
They didn't give a shit. They threw us under the bus so fast. Why?
We threw you under the bus years ago. Why? Because you deserve to be thrown under there.
Why? Because they don't care about fixing
truth,
their position. They already are.
They don't care about fixing their. You don't care about fixing your position, Adam.
Super J.
Super non-fixer, Adam.
So click, sent. Support your local sheriffdom. 1 Corinthians 9:9. Prosit. and 1 times heart for Flatsy. Thanks. I hope I did that justice. I don't know.
So,
not even
John,
close.
can I say, my position is sea level. How I can fix my position?
Sit down on that
I'll
sea
help you out.
level and stay. Super glue your ass to sea level. Then you're fixed.
You're right.
Well, I would
like
just
we agree
say-
with that. Maybe we
I already hit play. Good.
I would just say that you have to take into account his sputtered sentence fragments and non sequitur responses into your new worldview, flat earther.
Two of us.
Fixing their position. They already are right. So
yeah, and like we agree with that. Maybe we can do a show and talk about that. We agree with that.
Sure.
You agree with that? Sure. You agree with that? Sure. What? Huh?
Because I think that's a problem. I think I get what
I think it's a problem. I get what you're saying. I think it's a, yeah, that's a real problem.
you're saying, though. I get what you're saying.
He gets what you're saying. All right.
I'm gonna respond to your second closing with repeat the one thing I want you to.
Let me respond to your second closing.
You see, that's why. That's clever. That I like that.
Yeah, that
shows a level of intellect.
But he said we are agreeing this, and Jeran said that's a problem.
and the roots receptacle down here, that's a dig at you, dumbass. Just to let you know. Who else wants in here? What's with the audio whistles? Who's banging around in there? Look, I'm gonna go in here. Oh, you better go on mute. You're lucky I didn't catch you.
To think about this. I'm just going to repeat this thing that's written down. If Jeran had a justified belief that the earth was
there he goes, a justified. He's talking about justified true belief. I'll guarantee it. The number of times that he said it. Unbelievable.
planar and stationary, and then a 24-hour sun over his head in the south would not falsify either planar or stationary. It only does that if he is affirming the consequent and or did not have a justified belief that the earth was planar.
So, but if he did have a justified true belief of that, then he's good. Then that renders null the affirming the consequent formological fallacy. Is that what you just said? You asshat.
When you justify something, you evidence it.
Yes, that makes it not a belief. Have you heard of Getier? Yeah.
Are stationary. Therefore, why would anyone accept his new belief that if it's a globe, that's a justified one, considering his previous belief could not have been justified? And I want you to just think about it. I mean, I'll copy and paste it to you, and just think about it, right? Because it's like that's the issue. It's the actual route in which you're reaching the conclusion.
Doesn't make sense.
Say again, Adam.
It's nice to try and indict Jeran's judgment, and it's noteworthy, but it's not the issue. The issue is the bit he focused on. It's an affirming the consequent pile of nonsense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
He's changed his crap judgment.
Yeah, he's trying, because they're butt brothers. He's trying to give them a way out, right?
He's politely insulting him, I think, from what I can hear. He's insulting it, that this man's like got no judgment. If his previous position was this and it's now this, it meant he didn't know shit back then.
So what makes you know shit now? I get it. Yeah.
That I would say that I thought that
I'm not much for one of polite insults. I'm more right in your face insults.
That does surprise me.
the South was a lie because of the map that I adhered to. Then I went looking for
the South was
a lie
because of the map he adhered to, Adam. What a dumbass!
I'm surprised that Brian isn't triggered by this with his Australia time zones. Is that this is another one of their projections, yeah?
Yeah.
Boats over the horizon. Yeah, it's one of the things they put out when it's actually one of their weak points.
Yes.
Which the South is false. Well, it is false, isn't it, Brian?
I've just eaten there. So I come off it as I was called up by you.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it is. The 24-hour sun that they're claiming is happening in the South is in complete opposition to the time zones we experience in reality. And we have calculated and mapped out part of all maps, these time zones. Now, they're actually not part of, they're part of maps, but the projections on the maps, it's a whole thing. Basically, it means that there's 3 hours of correct local time between Sydney and Perth. That's what he's claiming. But there isn't, there's only 2. If there was 3, it would fit a globe, but in reality, there's only 2, which only fits a flat Earth. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know where they're going to go with the 24-hour sun and that, but obviously, I don't know.
Well, thank you.
Thought that the South was a lie because of the map that I adhered to. Then I went looking for another map when I said, oh, if this map's falsified, what are we going to have? And then I said, oh, there is no other map. So there is only one flat Earth map, and it has been
really
falsified. So,
what, the globe projection map? It was falsified by you and another group in 2016.
You're right. You could be saying something true.
So then I said to myself, well, this is been falsified. So then I said to myself, Then
I said to myself, and then done.
Well, I'm waiting for the next thing.
Well, let's go back. Let's get it.
For another map when I said, oh, if this map's falsified, what are we going to have? And then I said, oh, there is no other map. So there is only one flat Earth map, and it has been falsified. So you're right. You could be saying something true, meaning that, like, oh, well, Jeran, you don't know that there's another map that's going to come out in the future.
Is that what he's been saying to you?
Then I said to myself, I'm going to use an appeal to future maps fallacy.
Yeah. Idiot.
You're right. I don't know that. There could be one, even though I've...
Yep, he's right. That was his whole point. That's what I got out of it.
I kind of worked it out.
Hold up. Wasn't that his whole reason for rejecting scientific method of proving things? Because he didn't know in the future whether or not they could or could not disprove this scientific evidence.
It was sort of, yes. Yep.
Now say, well, you can't. They couldn't possibly a map, no matter what, no matter how long you've got. It's double standards.
Double speak.
That there couldn't be one.
Yeah. No, brother, that's not even what I'm saying. I'm just saying.
That's not even what I'm saying, brother. Brah.
That, like, you're putting way too much weight on projections and models in the first place, reifying them, internalizing
projections and models. As long as they're different.
Them, and then, you know, implementing a false dilemma, a false binary. That's what you're doing. But look, we're going to go back and forth forever. We should wrap it up.
As a moderator and a passive observer of this conversation,
he's a passive observer. He just indicted himself. Moderators aren't passive, you dumbass cracker. Passive observers are passive observers, you idiot.
I'm walking away with hearing that you both had a significant moment on an airplane on the way back.
That's what he's got from this, Adam. Let's go back. This is going to be fucking hilarious. This is what he's got out of this, Adam. Pay close attention.
We should wrap
it up. As a moderator and a passive observer of this
you know, I already dealt with that
conversation. I'm walking away with hearing that you both had a significant moment on an airplane on the way back.
What was that significant moment on the airplane? Is that what you heard?
They were both, yeah, that's the moment that I've been waiting for, where they were both turned on.
That's it?
Yep, that's it.
No way. We waited all that time for just that?
Yep.
Oh, we got to have a... I went through this whole thing to get to that?
What?
What? Did they were turned on?
Just the way that, you know, he was speaking so fast, and that's what he said. He said that we were both on the airplane together and we were both turned on.
Let's go back. I can't believe it. This is, oh boy.
Let's go.
We should wrap it up.
As a moderator and a passive observer of this conversation, I'm walking away with hearing that you both had a significant moment on an airplane on the way.
That was it, Flatsy. Again.
You missed it when Witsit said it, because he said it earlier.
They had a significant.
Yeah, I did.
They had a significant moment on a plane. That's what he said that he got out of this. But
Yeah, and you're in the middle of Adam and Brian probably just stopping you, and you're not going back and listening back, but you probably just missed it. But yeah, that's what Witsit said. It was pretty funny.
all right. Well, I stand disappointed.
Yeah, he said we both got turned on in Antarctica. He said we both got turned on.
On the airplane.
On also.
You heard that too? I was wondering.
Go back. Let's get this whole thing.
With hearing that you both had a significant moment on an airplane on the way back in which Austin was turned on also.
You heard that too? I was wondering what the hell was going on.
Pretty freaking.
Go back to 2 hours and 4 minutes, and you'll get the actual thing.
They clearly did reify and internalize the AE model, and then they're like, wow, this would disprove it. So they started calling us liars. They started attacking us. They did everything that we stood against or claimed to stand against when it came to the globe, right? Just presupposing a belief and internalizing it, and whatever doesn't go along with it, we're going to turn against it. But what you've now done is kind of stereotype and holistically generalize all of us, throw us in a basket. This is why people are getting triggered with you, right? Because when you say things, you're like, you say flat earthers as if we all do that. We didn't all do anything, right? And so, yes, in a way, in the grand scheme of things, this is going to be way beneficial for flat earth, because the cultish, like dishonest people popped their head out. And so we realized, whoa, dude, we were so focused on this phenomenon on the other side, or with other people, or with the mainstream, we didn't realize that they were right around us as well. And so that absolutely did happen, and I stand right beside you against those people that just all turned on us. But in conclusion, I will say, this is the issue. You are basically just saying they can only be this way, and you're not actually examining all the presuppositions baked in. You're not actually logically.
Flatsy, we're at 2:04:52.
Yeah, that's maybe it's 2:03. I don't know. It's right around in here.
I don't know where it is. Just go back to 2:04, QE.
Even if we did find what we waited for that.
Sorry, guys. I guess I misjudged what you would find gratifying.
Just like a woman.
That's
they
right.
Did get turned on. Hey, they did get turned on a plane. I don't know what happened, and I can't say what did or didn't happen, but I'm pretty sure it had something to do with polls.
Could not have been justified. And I want you to just think about it. I mean, I'll copy and paste it to you, and just think about it, right? Because it's like, that's the issue. It's the actual route in which you're reading the conclusion.
Does it make sense that I would say that I thought that the South was a lie because of the map that I adhered to? Then I went looking for another map when I said, oh, if this map's falsified, what are we going to have? And then I said, oh, there is no other map. So there is only one flat earth map, and it has been falsified. So you're right. You could be saying something true, meaning that, like, oh, well, Jeran, you don't know that there's another map that's going to come out in the future. You're right. I don't know that. There could be one, even though I've already kind of worked it out that there couldn't be one. But
brother,
right.
That's not even what I'm saying. I'm just saying that, like, you're putting way too much weight on projections and models in the first place, reifying them, internalizing them, and then, implementing a false dilemma, a false binary. That's what you're doing. But look, we're going to go back and forth forever.
We should
wrap it up.
As a moderator and
isn't that the point? No resolution, no affirmation. That's what you've been doing the whole time. For as long as you've been out here. You do it with Globers. You deal with him. He's a Glober now. So that's all you've done.
A passive observer of this conversation, I'm walking away with hearing that you both had a significant moment on an airplane on the way back in which Austin was turned on also.
You heard that too? I was wondering what the hell was going on there.
Is that what I said?
Yeah, it's okay. We knew what you meant.
Well, is that what you said? Well, if you said it, but that's because your mouth is going at 4,580 RPMs, and that caper-sized piece of horse shit up here is going at 3. That's why. That's exactly why.
Turned on too, man. I was turned on too. And
What did I say?
I'm sure you were.
Hey.
Yeah, you said, Austin, you said Jeran had I know you had a significant moment on the plane coming back, and I was turned on too. So yeah,
Yikes! I was trying to say.
Thanks for bringing that up, by the way. Thanks for bringing that up.
I was trying to say I was there too. I don't even know. I don't know.
It was pretty
shocking.
I could bring up that AI picture of us. That was pretty nice. I won't do that.
Well,
guys,
I will say,
so
can we
this
say this? Like, can we
debate.
let's say a good faith thing about it is like, you see, like, look, we're not literally about to go to each other's house and fight. People need to chill out because it's just like, it's just way over the top.
Oh, we need to come out. We need to smoke some doobies with our open-toed sandals and really bad breath and just listen to our feelings.
People need to chill out on all the sides, and I'm just going to throw that out there. And that was one of the objectives with this debate as well. So
yes, because that's the most important about this non-debate. Yes. Very well said.
Yeah, I'm the same person. I just have a different belief, and I've...
That's what we're out here for, to talk about different beliefs.
Would love to still be friends with the people as before. I get why they...
That has before. That makes perfect sense.
Don't want that, but certainly neither one of us was paid off. Neither one of us lied. Neither one of...
Whew. That means you were paid off and you're lying.
Why? Whoa. Odd, isn't it?
Why would you state that? Yep.
Just as you round it out with a bit of love. No?
Yeah.
Agreeing to disagree.
Like we rounded out the other day. Just a little bit of love.
Kumbaya. Salam alaikum. All that good stuff. And by the way, I'm not bent. I didn't get a penny, honest.
One of us faked anything. So that's really what I would hope.
None of them faked it. So you're a faker, you lied, and you were paid. Thanks.
He might be talking about when he was turned on. He wasn't faking.
We come back and people are like, okay, they saw it. Let's now go forward with this. But we're not even close to there. You got Vika and you got Banjo and you got literally half the community is.
Yeah, it's good. Good.
Literally half the community. What community?
Against anyone that's not honest, doesn't matter. If Jeran had a justified belief that the Earth was planar and stationary.
There's that justified belief again. That's really standing out. The new phrase that you've heard out of this glue sniffer, isn't it? Never heard that before, did you?
He does have word of the week toilet paper, though, doesn't he? So this is the trouble with him.
Yep.
Stationary. That a 24-hour sun overhead in the south would not justify either planar or stationary.
Again, justified again.
Only does that if he's affirmed the consequent and/or did not have a justified belief that the Earth was planar and stationary. Therefore, why would anyone accept his new belief?
I'm not asking anybody.
Didn't we already go over this?
Justified one, considering his previous belief could not have been justified. Hey, thank you so much for moderating, though.
Yeah, no problem, guys.
I know.
Well, he was a passive observer. That's what he said.
We went over and we went over. You have any?
I'll just it's okay, man. I got to go pretty soon, but I'll just let you guys know that I am excited that you guys went on this and it's creating this discussion, because I was just talking with someone a few days ago about possibly in a couple of years going down to Antarctica myself.
Oh, yeah, you should go down there.
Nice. When you can go down there, the 14th. I'm sorry, 14th or 15th this year for only $21,000.
Did somebody say stay there?
Yeah, no kidding.
I told him to stay there when he goes down there.
Ah, that's
and he
too
can't
funny.
get down there.
Too funny now.
To go on the ice marathon.
By the way, it's going to be really cool for like an hour.
It's not like 3.
It's really cool on the plane. If they'll just fly over,
the plane landing is cool. The plane landing is cool, but then after that,
listen, kumbaya. This is all funny to you, glue sniffers.
Here's Austin. You know what our problem was?
It sounded like they did have the most fun on the plane.
The plane landing is cool. The plane landing is cool, but then after that, but here's Austin. You know what our problem was?
The lack of coherency. That's one of the biggest problems we see.
Sleep.
Yeah, we didn't sleep at all. I didn't
Sleep.
sleep before I went. It was terrible.
Why do we have it?
I
You
could
should
say
told him.
something.
It's like, go ahead, do it, you little nasty
No,
girl.
I'm
You,
not going
you
to.
little deviant. You.
There could be a reason why they didn't get any sleep. could be something that happened on the plane.
Because somebody was getting turned on.
When they
May
gave
or
us the
may
same
not
hotel
have
room,
been.
like, no, we need our own hotel room. How the hell are we going to sleep?
Yeah.
Well, you could spoon.
It was
it's-
bad. It was all bad.
Not making any
Okay,
sense.
thank you guys.
All right,
I've
thanks.
got about personally. I don't know
Yeah,
how you
go
want to
too.
end this, Austin.
I'll let him end it.
Yeah, I'll end it, wrap it up in the session.
Okay.
Later.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
All right, cool. Much love.
Yeah, you too.
Much love.
All right. I'll go solo here. All right, cool. So you guys asked for a long waited. What we did clearly find
We didn't ask for it. I never asked for it.
out is that it seems like a super long discussion, lots of topics that would need to be discussed for a while, right? That's how I feel.
There are lots of topics that need to be discussed for a while. Huh?
This happens with
Wasn't
Fire
that
Earth a lot.
the point of the show?
Just lots of topics, Adam, that needed to be discussed for a while. Oh boy.
I mean, like the linear distribution of electrical field and
The what?
The layer distribution of an electrical field.
Shout out to Flatsy.
it's a lot. I mean, like the linear distribution of electrical field.
The layered distribution of the electrical. What electrical field?
No idea.
Shout out to Flatsy
For what?
because he said electric.
That was before.
No,
Hold
it's
on a
of all
second.
time. Of all time.
Did I just hear Flatsy the letdown Klein popping up there?
So Flatsy's a letdown.
Klein. It's time for you to point down, lady. That was the biggest letdown I've experienced in 10 years.
Well, I truly am so very sorry. Please explain it to the potatoes.
Brian, I'm with you. I was sat there covered in baby oil waiting for the magic to happen. Nothing.
Covered in
Our responses are racial.
He's covered in baby oil.
That's a good one. I forgot about the baby oil.
I just want to say Flatsy's response to my statement was a racial attack. That's what you get it for when you point out our feelings.
Isn't that an ethnic attack?
Yeah, I'm like, of course, let Brian falsely bring it to racism.
Falsely.
Nah, I'm calling it racism.
Field and stuff like the other. Anyway,
Stuff like that. Listen to this shit. What?
right? That's how I feel. This happens with Flat Earth a lot. I mean, like the linear distribution of electrical field and stuff like the other. Anyway,
Let's put that on CC. What the fuck was that?
the linear distribution of electrical.
Let's go back another fiber.
This happens with Flat Earth a lot. I mean,
This happens with fighters a lot. I mean,
like the linear distribution
I think we, like the linear
of
distribution,
electrical field and stuff like the other.
stuff like that there.
Anyway, there are points that didn't really get covered. I'm sure he feels the same way, but there was the debate. I'm not
There wasn't a debate. This isn't a debate. You don't know what a debate is? Glue sniffer.
gonna just like kind of I'm not gonna just talk a long time
Sentence fragment.
after the debate now that he doesn't get to keep saying anything.
Wasn't a debate.
So I hope you guys enjoyed it. We are gonna do the VIP after show. We're actually way behind with
Is that where they pay you?
everything, obviously now. So give me a minute to just kind of use the bathroom, maybe get a snack,
No bathroom breaks.
and I'll come back up here. We're gonna do a VIP after show, and so we'll have a bunch of different legends in there.
Legends. There's legends in there in the after show, man.
VIP after show.
I heard that.
You can hang out. So if you're VIP, only have access to that session. You may not even see it if you aren't VIP, but the VIP, you will see that there's
so gated truth. Again, you're a grifter. You're a scammer. That's what you are.
Debate after show. We'll start it.
Wasn't a debate. You said it 3 times. For 3 times, this isn't a debate. You don't know what a debate is.
Here shortly, and you can come in, and hopefully it didn't just like I can change the time of it. Either way, we'll figure
it didn't just like I can change the time of it. What?
it out. Keep your eye out for the session for the after party, the debate after show, and then
wasn't a debate, so there can't be a debate after show.
Everyone can come in. I think we're gonna even let people like pop on camera if they want to and just talk.
Really, just talk,
hang out, kind of discuss the debate. We asked that
there wasn't a debate.
Everyone's cordial, so hopefully you enjoy.
We asked that everyone, as long as it's cordial, we can just keep on telling each other that it was a debate.
This is the end and the.
This is the end. My only friend, the end.
Conclusion of day 1, pretty much, except for the VIP hangout.
Yeah, except for that VIP hangout you just mentioned about 8 times incoherently.
So I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Tomorrow.
Enjoyed it. Oh, now we're on to tomorrow.
Tomorrow we'll start around 1:30. We'll have music and we'll get right back into it.
They're gonna have music, man.
Bongo drums.
Yeah, bongo drums and ukuleles.
So really excited about day 2. If you know some people that would enjoy it, tell them to come because they can still watch the replays of day 1. And cool. So hope you guys enjoyed day 1, and we will see the VIPs in just a
moment. The VIPs again. About 6-7 times. Can't you just end it?
Day 1. Was there more of this? Oh my goodness.
Peace.
Peace. Peace. Get your dumb ass out of here. Get away from me. Now what? I'm so let down. It's like I just deflated. Some Pablo said if he mentioned
Super chat.
Super chat. I'll get to you, Pablo. I seen your comment down there. Go ahead, Fletchy.
Misfit FB 850 sent VIP, very ignorant pretenders.
Yeah, that's yeah. Pablo said if he mentioned pizza, I would have been sold. Nice one, Pablo. That's the first thing I seen when I looked down there. Too funny. Oh man.
Yeah.
Suppose it's time to focus on the letter.
Booger said he loves pizza.
Most coherent thing I heard during today's.
Has he ever really had pizza?
Oh, shut up, Neil.
Goodness.
What, New York style?
Yeah, well, you don't really get pizza here in Alabama.
Oh, shut up. Do they have Casey's in Alabama?
Pizzaiolo in the house.
Do they have Casey's? Alabama. Hey, Alabama, wake up.
No, I don't. What's Casey's?
Oh,
what is it?
No Casey's? It's a gas station.
Please don't tell me you're getting your pizza from a gas station.
I'm telling you, they make some really good friggin' pizza, dude.
Well, I would have to take your word for it because you've been all over the place.
Shut the hell up. Casey's.
John, I have one correction about. Don't be like that. Be nice, because it's about.
Don't be like that. Be nice.
That's right. You don't let him get on you. Get him.
Don't speak with your people like that.
I don't have people. Only white.
Come on, you're rude. I have one correction about the super chat. Now it's funny. My last super chat was like, why John is not getting it, right? And then I get it. John is not getting it, Sasha, because you wrote Angela. You should have wrote Alice and Bob, not Angela.
What the hell is that?
Now did you get it?
No.
No, let's say like this. When I was hearing about the argument, Alice and Bob, the kudos was to Jeran, to you. And that was for me the argument when I said I don't need anymore anybody told me anything about observation, because that's the logic. You can take it and there is no sphere, you know. You cannot have two persons in opposite direction to have a curvature. That was Alice and Bob. And you were always giving the kudos to the Jeran.
Well, he came out with something similar back in the day. Not that it was smart, but I took it and ran with it, and yeah, I liked it a lot.
Yeah, but now what we will do now is she will stay. He will. Does we need to still say kudos to the Jeran?
Yeah, kudos to Jeran. See, this is Casey's. Did you see this, Neil?
Yes, I see it.
Yeah, Casey's General Store. It's sort of like gas station, but they make hella pizza, man.
Oh, okay.
Let's see if I can get some pizza.
John, do you know who is making hell of
pizza? Casey's.
Me.
Casey's Pizza. Here we go, Neil. Let's have a look at this.
That's nothing.
Some damn good pizza, dude.
No, that looks all right. I'm looking at a small screen, but that looks like pizza.
Yeah, I'm telling you, they make some serious pizza. Anything you want, man. But it depends.
All pizza looks like pizza.
Oh, yeah, that's an important point. Not all of it, but I'll tell you what. It depends on like different general stores, different Casey's to do it a little bit differently. It just so happens that the one near me is out friggin' standing, Neil.
Listen, you got to look. There's certain things you look at. Crust is number one. That looks like it's got a good crust.
Yeah, crust is okay. It's not one of my upper tier parts. Now that looks like a pizza because I get pepperoni, peppers, and mushrooms. This one looks good.
Oh boy, that looks good.
It does look good, man. I had one of these just the other day. It was good. Little brownage going on the crust and stuff. Yeah, count me in. All right, well, that be enough of that. I'm starting to get hungry.
Yeah, you guys are going to make Booger hungry for pizza now. Thanks.
Hey, pizza is flat.
All right.
Dejected. That's the only word I can come up.
It's what?
Dejected. That's the only word I can come up with now for how I feel.
Deject. Oh, from Flatsy. Flatsy let us down. What did you say before? It was a what?
Flatsy let down line.
Your show is changed, John. Did you realize that?
What do you mean?
You was always speaking about food in the beginning.
Now it's at the end. That's all right.
Yeah.
Got to remain flexible.
Okay.
I got to go put my food order in. I think we're done with today's show. Now, there ain't going to be anything next Saturday because I got to shoot. So, and it's 4th of July, by the way, here in the United States for all you foreign glue sniffers. So, next to Christmas.
On Saturday?
You're going to fight against aliens.
We're going to fight against aliens, yeah. So 4th of July is next week. It's next Friday, and my shoot Saturday, the 5th. So everyone's going to be gone, man. The Americans, you look out, 4th of July celebrations. Just want to let you guys know. But no Ballbusters next week. And probably the week after or the week after that. But there's going to be a show Tuesday. I think we might go with that tour and Mr. Evolution Science one. I think I saved that somewhere. I think we're going to go that route. Then we're going to hear him talk about Occam's razor. He said it. He mispronounced it. It's pretty funny. Adam, you still there? Just. Is that what you said?
I'm starving now. That was bad, wasn't it? That pizza shop.
It was good. It looks good. You're right.
Gratuitous pizza shots just wrecked his.
Sorry about that.
I would like to make a formal complaint before we round out, though.
Go ahead.
And suggest that there's some form of disciplining. Because That was not. That was a pseudo promise.
Oh, from
Flatsy.
Flatsy.
Yeah, it's got to be discipline.
There's got to be discipline involved with this.
I hope this is the last time you're doing Jeran, because I think you don't need anymore to do anything. With
Yeah, I agree. I hope there's not, unless somebody sends me something, I'll have to do it.
Yes, only something spectacular, but it's like it's more for ignore than it's like what?
Well,
hold on. Who cares about Jeran?
Yeah,
He needs to be executed here.
Hold on a second. What I did say, I was done with Boy Zero Skygrifter. I never said I was done with Jeran. So if he's with if Jeran is with the Skygrifter, that's not my problem. I'm after Hanoi. Now you can get on to Flatsy. Go ahead. I'll be right back.
No, I agree with Adam. There's got to be some consequences here.
You'll have to sing live or something.
Well, that's just not at all punishment.
That is, if you haven't sort of disco that, and all you can do is hear you banging the side of your guitar.
Oh, yeah. I bet I could still make that sound good.
I'm sure you could.
Flatsy, hit us with a Home Depot.
Just like a Home Depot.
It sounds just like it. Very good.
So what was the actual purpose then, besides propping up Will Duffy's nonsense, of these two guys meeting up and having this non-debate?
That they are friends. They are not fighting that.
Yeah, two bullshit. I mean, what makes anyone think that? What made him think anyone wants to be hearing him anymore?
Brian, I want to tell you something about. I never said this, but I want to tell you. This is my logic. 20th sun, Antarctica. They was there. That was date. What was date? Some 21 of December.
18th, I think they were in. 15th to the 18th or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
15 of December. 15 of December. The sun. It's the sun in Alaska in, I don't know, 8, 9 in the morning. It's coming out. Is that correct?
I don't know, honestly.
It must be.
Northern Alaska probably totally down.
Brian, I said Alaska. Let's put it like this: Norway, or Siberia, whatever. Choose whatever. That means 15.
No, there's no sun at all. No sun at all.
Totally north, you know. Yeah, there is a sun, and it's coming out. December for sure, and it's going east to the west, you know. But do you know what is happening? From that position, in that time, that was the time, let's say in Antarctica, I don't know what time was in Antarctica. Let's say in Antarctica was 2 in the morning, okay? Or 9 in the evening. It was some different time for
Adam.
That means that only one thing to finish on. That means that they saw the sun from Antarctica in the same time when it was coming out there on, in Alaska. In that 1 hour, let's say. They saw from the south, that position, south, they saw all circle what sun is doing all around the earth. Is that correct?
Well, that's what they're claiming over 24 hours.
And I want that you imagine globe now.
No, I'm going to imagine nothing. Adam.
Yeah.
Take us home.
Close.
Well, it's been 4 long shows to see the two earthers who had their differences and to see them reconciled. I don't think we witnessed anything of the like. I just saw 2 men continue their grift, now pretending that they're no longer friends, but wishing each other love and the best. and we'll carry on and a couple more quid next week. Hot waffle sentence fragment nonsense was all we were given there. And Jeran's, the only time I say it's pathetic, the position that Jeran presented. It's definitely a ball. It's definitely a ball. Is it spinning? I don't really want to deal with that. Just it's definitely a ball because of the sun. And that was the only thing I would say is merit to Witsit. He did point out in a very eloquent way that if this is the man's standards and he's criticising his standards and the same standards, why? And his judgment back then was wrong. Why would you trust it now? It was the one of the few valid points. Thank God it's done. Get us out of here. Take you to a depot, QE.
Step up in this game like I'm hammering nails. Earth so flat, plain, listen up, I'll tell you tales. Home Depot vibes on my tools, no fails. Level up my vision while the world just derails. Jeran said it first, now I'm chasing the truth. First wanna know, is he shilling or aloof? Now I'm flexing with the facts while they playing the fool. Flat earth, no curve, I'm breaking all the rules. Earth is like Home Depot, got my crew on deck. Home Depot, we ballin'. All this knowledge better show respect. Home Depot, flat earth, they saying no way, but we out here grind. Home Depot, motivated, determined, leave the lies behind. Like a Home Depot. Rolling deep through Antarctica, you know what's up. Snowflakes in the air, yeah, we sipping from the cup. Well, Duffy said, trust me, I came out of the blue. Started from the hustle, now I'm building my crew. Wait, I'm stacking up truth like I'm lumber from the store. Got the blueprint, baby, I'm ready for war. See the horizon straight, no dip in my sight. Thug life on the flat, bringing knowledge to the fight. With this line, Home Depot, got my crew on deck. Home Depot, we ballin'. All this knowledge better show respect. Home Depot, flat earth, they saying no way, but we out here grind. Home Depot, motivated, determined, leave the lies behind. So I'm here to break walls, I'm kicking down doors, hash street life, I'm hustling what's mine is ours. A whole new vision, we gon' stack and we gon' rise. With my crew by my side, we defy all the lies. Earth is like Home Depot, got my crew on deck. Home Depot, we ballin'. All this knowledge better show respect. Home Depot, flat earth, they saying no way, but we out here grind. Home Depot, motivated, determined, leave the lies behind. So remember this hustle, keep your eyes on the prize. Earth is flat like a board, like the ones on a 5. We'll build this place together, ain't no mountain too high. Home Depot mindset, we gon' reach for the sky, yeah. So remember this hustle, keep your eyes on the prize. Earth is flat like a board, like the ones on our 5. We'll build this place together, ain't no mountain too high. Home Depot mindset, we gon' reach for the sky, yeah. Like a home